sounds like you fell for some dumb shit. I
Hey,
never happened to.
It could be a fucking cult.
I don't know.
If you ever seen Two Girls, One Cup, it's because Adrian. Anyways, right before I left, literally like weeks before I left, my cousin was hit by a car and died. He's 6?
So you've been with her for how long?
22 years.
And you're 36?
Yeah.
You're confusing him.
Bro, that's a lot of numbers. You go back for more. Bring it over here. Bring it over.
I don't even know how to describe that.
Oh, you're in there. Oh, you're in there.
That's what we're talking about. You know what I'm saying? It's not fucking podcast. Pete Farino. You got Rick Chubby, a.k.a. Saladin.
He's on
you know
his-
how many of your girlfriends didn't like us because of Saul? When the fuck that?
God,
It's not
it's
his
not-
fault.
no.
It's not his
All right, everybody. Welcome to the bonus episode of the You Don't Say That podcast. We're still working out a name, but I think we have a tentative name on the board.
Contender.
Well, yeah, what do you guys
Definitely
think so
a contender.
What do you guys think?
I like it.
What do you like? What is it? What's it called?
I love baby cakes.
Mira Wacha?
Mira Wacha?
Mira
We
Wacha.
got that cake.
So Mira
What's the
is
backstory?
Mira is the actual translation of watch,
Look at me now.
and Wacha is the pocho, right?
Yeah.
The
What's a-
Spanglish.
The
What's a
Spanglish
pocho?
version of watch.
Pocho is basically Mexican American. I was born here. That parents immigrated from Mexico, but don't speak any Spanish.
Wait, hold on. Let's talk about why that is even funny.
Hold on.
The
Before
move that comes with it.
we get into all of that and we get way down the rabbit hole.
No.
Yeah, that's a deep
Yes.
dive.
I
That's
just
a
learned I
deep
was doing it
dive.
wrong. Though, so
I
that's a
would
deep dive.
because we're gonna just let it fly. Let's introduce ourselves. to let
There you
everybody
go.
know
Yeah.
who's here today.
That works.
Obviously, starting with me today, I'll be hosting. Mikhail, I am here. Followed with Saul, Eddie. You guys recognize Eddie?
Can we call you Cakes?
Hey, Eddie's baby cakes,
Eddie
or
Blanco?
cakes, or sloppy joes. whatever.
Saladin?
Have you chosen?
Sloppy joes.
Sloppy Ho.
Pete Farino?
The present Adrian today.
I'm here.
And we have Ricky today. We got
All the
Have
way
AZ.
from
We got
Arizona.
Ricky from
Yeah.
AMZ on the scene. So
Yeah.
we brought everybody here today. I wanted to do a bonus episode. We have Ricky in town, and he's been super supportive with us in our show. And what better way to bring one of our boys, one of our brothers into creating this bonus episode
Hell yeah.
for everybody to kind of get to know the cast a little bit more and kind of integrate a little bit more of our group in a way that's like,
And set some things straight, right?
Right,
There have been
100%.
people out.
there has been a
100%.
lot of stories said.
Pick up on some fabrications,
and they have not been here to kind of tell their side of the story.
Yeah.
This was a factory of fabrication.
It's a factory of lies around here,
lies.
What a line.
and we're here
This
to
wedding is
iron it
horseshit.
out.
I asked for
horseshit.
salmon.
This podcast is
I
horseshit.
said that 3 times.
Right. So today we're gonna iron that out.
You
All
guys
right.
are funny, dude.
Nah.
All you guys do is quote movie. You guys
Hey,
are
remember
funny.
that time when? Yeah, that was great. We only recite movie lines. We're not funny. Shit.
We're not funny guys, dude.
We go iron it out.
I'm gonna start the. I'll start the first question, everybody, and then we'll play off of it
Hell yeah.
from there. We've as a group, a couple of us, we initiated this podcast. I thought it would be a really fun idea for all of us as a collective to kind of come together, do something entertaining. I always thought all of us as a group was really fucking funny. We have amazing stories, super entertaining, and regardless of we get one watcher or zero, none, I'm gonna look back on this when I'm older, God willing, and be able to see what I was doing in my 30s with my friends. And
Family.
this podcast thing that we were doing, hopefully I'm still doing it. But if for whatever reason I'm not, I'll be able to look back on this and just remember the good times that we had. And I want to continue these great times that we have on this kind of platform.
Oh,
And share it with
100%.
everybody.
This is where it starts. You're doing
Right.
it. You guys are doing it right. Like,
No,
Exactly.
like, you guys are doing it, but we're doing it.
Yeah.
Well, and one thing Miko said a while back ago that really resonated was even if nothing comes of this and it's just we have these memories that we created and we can look
100%.
back on it 20 years, you know, that's awesome in itself.
And it's natural.
Yeah,
This
but
is
if-
what we do
but
when we
if the
get
viewer
when we
or the
all get back
audience
together. Anyways, we
Take
sit there.
something from our stories.
I've seen
Yeah.
Macau
That's
so
a
much
plus.
more than I have prior to ever, and I love it.
100%.
I love it.
And this is, I think, for all of us, whether, you know, I might come in on a bad day, I might want to have something I want to talk about, and
Yeah,
I'm here
definitely.
with my friends.
I might come in on a bad day.
I can
Long day of work.
I can talk about it. I can bounce ideas off. Maybe it's not me. I can be like, hey, I got a friend that's dealing with this. But the whole point is, like, we can talk about things that maybe we don't get the opportunity to do on a regular basis sometimes
Right.
with the people we trust the most.
Like addiction.
Like addiction.
Yeah, that's a strong one.
I got
I
Drugs,
gotta talk about some. I'll talk about some.
porn.
Why you doing Adrian?
Drugs over here.
Jesus.
Sorry.
And
then Rick,
Hey,
Porn.
man.
I didn't mean to out you,
You're
but
not the one with the hidden files.
Yeah. You had hidden files.
Jesus, farm animals.
Mom was just playing
And the list
bingo.
goes on.
Farm
The list goes on.
Animals?
Animals.
That's why you can listen
And the
to
list goes on. Not to air everybody out.
Oh,
That's not today's episode.
Shit.
My edible kicked in.
It might be.
It might be.
It might be. We might have to air out
Yeah.
some dirty laundry
I'm
here.
sorry.
Hey.
You know, just-
Good.
It's okay to squabble
because
up.
that is what we do.
That is
Yeah.
That is what we do. We wouldn't be ourselves if we wouldn't be calling each other out and
Yeah.
pushing buttons.
There's a lot of shit.
100%.
There's a lot of shit talking in this
But-
family.
Yeah.
But it all comes from a good place.
100%.
None of us is like jealous of each other, like jealous of each other, or like
You're jealous of everyone else's hair.
I like being bald now. I've embraced it. I've been bald for over 10 years. Like,
I admire
Has
so
it
much I
been
joined
That
10
is
years?
Nothing to brag about.
yeah,
Oh no, you're right. It has been
it's
10
been
years.
over 10 years.
Hey, at the end of the day, it's all love.
Yeah.
Like
Because
we're all
It's family.
I remember that day.
Oh, when I
We were
shaved my
both
head?
at work, and he asked me mid call. We're
Yeah.
both on a phone call and on hold. Rick, should I shave my head? Everybody around us too. Yeah, definitely. He was holding. He was holding on for dear life. We worked at this dumb call center.
I tried. Did you do the comb over prior to Bicken? Did you do the comb over?
I had to comb over for a few years.
Yeah.
prior to
That was my like.
Yo, your
holding
comb
on
over
to
was
it.
fire. I don't know why you went bald.
It just faded away. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
faded away.
Yeah, you just had more like a boneless coat.
Once
Boneless. That's
Maybe
the
that's why I
word.
don't like girls with
Boneless.
boneless
Like it
hair.
wasn't bone in, it wasn't full. But it
Nah.
was boneless.
That's why.
you know?
Maybe that's why I'm just
You
triggered
had like
by
a
girls.
diet
Excuse me.
come over.
A diet comb
It
over?
wasn't even a
Chicken
real
nugget hair.
chicken nugget. Yeah.
It wasn't a wing. It was chicken nugget.
chicken nugget.
Yeah.
I felt bad for cutting out the chicken nugget.
Like a
segment.
popcorn chicken.
Don't listen. That was
Kind of
More
you
bread
know the
than
chicken nugget girl. We've talked about her.
chicken nugget girl.
Yeah. Remember the girl that went golfing? Bro,
Oh.
Sal did it perfect.
What do you
Do the
mean?
reenactment. We can reenact it one time.
No.
The girl
Are you talking
with
about the one that put the club right here? That, hey,
Oh, chicken nugget
Chicken
girl.
nugget, the one with
hit the ball,
arms,
hit the ball harder than I
Yeah.
could.
Wait,
Yeah.
didn't I send you the one where she was making the dessert?
Go on.
How's it possible?
Adrian sent me
Who
something
said
about
the-
like imagine a hand job from her. I'm like, wait, what?
No, I said imagine a hand
No
job
hand, no hand.
from a blind chick. Or no, not blind girl. What did I say? what was it?
Deaf girl.
Oh, a deaf girl. Yeah.
Yeah, you know those hands go crazy.
Ooh.
That was legendary.
No, the good one you said
Fucking-
was
I know what you're
a
thinking. I know
couple
you're thinking about
couple
Paul
pods ago. Adrian said getting head from a chick who goes to metal shows. That one was great. That's
He had a good point though.
that 100%.
Like it makes sense.
I'm
Logically.
I'm a logical
Logic.
No,
person.
logically that makes a lot of sense. Headbanger,
Lot of
Head
training.
banging?
headbanger.
Hey, you just put that song on, throw System of a Down on.
Right.
She's
You never some Slipknot?
excuse me.
Like hard
Come
rock?
again?
I am a married man, sir.
You never had
Hey.
sex with some like
Nah, we
music?
listen to fucking
Mood
Selena.
Dog?
We listen to
Yo,
Selena.
you know what
and
Headbanger
fucking-
reminds me
ah.
of? The story that I told you guys about that one chick with the.
Hey, I was about
Were
to
you
go
thinking
there.
it?
I
Yeah,
thought
you
it.
were thinking it. You
But
were
I
thinking
didn't
it.
want. I didn't want to say much, but
We're not gonna get into that.
yeah, it was the
I'm
best
not
one you ever
gonna
had. You know.
Oh, it was.
Yeah.
Go ahead, me. Go ahead, me. Go.
You got a long week ahead of you.
Oh
I
yeah.
want to thank you guys for joining me today. This is going to be a lot of fun.
Love you guys.
My first question, and this is kind of directed more to Ricky and Eddie.
Damn.
How do you guys kind of feel coming on this sort of environment, podcast thing with your friends? Like,
Right.
is this something you guys ever cared or wanted to do? And if so, then I guess how do you feel now? Like being in the room, we got lights on,
Right,
got a
right.
camera on your chest. You're kind of in a position where you're kind of. It's not natural. I can't honestly say that
You got a mic on your chest.
Right, I got a mic on my chest. No,
He's not the public guy like that.
honestly,
Yeah.
no. You know what's funny? It's like I told you guys.
He picked up the
You
mic.
know, I hit you guys up and I was like, yo, like you guys are doing it right. Granted, I drive trucks. You know, I'm in my semi all day. The radio wasn't it. When I found podcast 8-9 years ago, it was the savior. My days went like this. Right. You know, it started with a comedy podcast, you know. Then it jumped to this guy was on that guy, this guy was on that guy, and then it was all comedy. Then that one comedy guy created a conspiracy theory podcast, and I went balls deep.
Right.
Adrian would come over, let's watch, you know, Antarctica videos on YouTube, and then he'd fall asleep on my couch. So I'd watch the Antarctica videos.
That's code word.
But yeah,
From take a nap.
exactly.
Yeah.
But you know, when you guys did it, be honest, I was a little like, can they figure it out? I'm a little skeptical. Is this dynamic of the four of them gonna work?
Yeah.
Dog, you guys got it down.
Think so?
You figured it out. The editing is on point.
Shit,
You
dude,
know,
what
like
the
you
fuck,
guys
bro?
got it. Like
Oh shit!
I'm
make a good team,
from
man.
100%. Like you guys got it.
You're late on yours.
Oh,
Believe me.
shit, God damn.
Believe me, I wish I was living here still. I'd be sitting here in the back corner with you guys every fucking Saturday night.
Right.
Well, let me
But-
tell you, it's not as like. I'm glad that you see that, but like behind the scenes, there's challenges.
No, you guys
Yeah,
got a
there's a
lot of
lot.
work
like
for
there's a
sure.
lot.
Like Mikhail says, like it's a puzzle that we're figuring out.
100%.
There have been some like heated conversations,
Yeah.
right, over certain things. But at the end of the day, like before this podcast, we were all family.
100%.
After this podcast, we'll be family.
Still family.
We're gonna love each other. So it's just figuring out. It's figuring out how the pieces to the puzzle work.
Yeah.
And continuing to do something that we truly enjoy because
For
it's
sure.
just spending time with family,
Exactly.
really. And
It
then,
gets us together. It gets like,
yeah,
look,
it's a reason to get together.
Yeah.
Remember a long time ago when people said that podcasts would never work because people's attention span was like 10 seconds or 20 seconds.
Right. Yeah.
And then you bring these long form
I
conversations that are
live
3 hours
for
long.
a 4-hour podcast.
Right.
It's broken the mold of like people's attention
Not
span.
saying it was like Adrian's doing, but that podcast obviously might have had a lot of editing. The one that Adrian did, it was only what, an hour 45 minutes maybe.
The last one?
The one
Valentine's Day?
it might have been that one.
That
It
was the
wasn't
first
long enough for me, and I was pissed.
Yeah, you wanted more.
I
You
was like,
told
give me more. Why'd you
that
cut?
was a Valentine's
Like,
Day episode.
you know, I talk to Adrian every day, every other day, every weekly. You know, and it's like, how was the podcast this week? So I get some little inside scoops and like, why did you cut that out? Why didn't this happen or what?
Yeah.
Like, you know, or he'll
Yeah,
tell
I
me,
told
hey,
him
we
we'll cut
shouted
out.
you out. Hell yeah, cool. You said my name on the
That's how
podcast.
we'll cut out the
You know,
we'll
but
cut
it's
out.
like, I don't know, like sitting here with you guys. Yeah, there's cameras, there's lights. It's, you know, me 20 years ago. Hell no, don't put no camera on me.
Yeah.
But I'm, you know, I'm with you guys. It's cool. I'm chilling with my
Right.
boys.
Eventually, this will become
Yeah,
like
this will be the norm.
Don't even pay attention.
I don't notice this
Like
stuff
you guys
anymore.
are probably more used to it.
I'm
Definitely.
having a conversation with you guys right
100%.
now.
Yeah.
Like I don't even. But
like
that'll come.
a
with
part
time.
of me
It's
doesn't
adjustment.
know
Yeah.
what to do with my hands right now.
Yeah.
But you know, I'll figure it out.
I don't even notice. I don't even notice the really bright lights. I just
Yeah.
see you guys.
You just
yeah, that's all. I see.
This is
You've been a natural like since that one episode.
This
yeah.
is
You
up his
fell
alley, though.
into
This
place.
is cake. Like,
Yeah, that part when you
been
said.
natural.
Remember, it was the gays.
This is the gays. Yeah,
Yeah.
that
Well,
that fill-in
it
episode
was
was
a
That's
perfect.
why-
statement. It was
that's
a
why
statement
everyone
that-
I think out of all of us, everybody loves baby cakes.
Oh
He never had problems with nobody.
Sure. Yeah.
Everybody loves baby
Yo,
cakes.
I've always said
Nobody
this guy.
really.
no,
Yeah. This is the most popular guy I know.
No, this is the epitome of. Have we all seen Tommy Boy? Chris
Yeah.
Farley.
Hell
This
yeah.
is the epitome of
'Cause he's fat.
He can sell.
hey, that guy in the little coat.
No. No, the epitome of he could sell a ketchup popsicle to a woman in white gloves.
Ketchup popsicle.
Ketchup.
I agree.
This guy, even when he worked retail before he got into real estate, this guy can talk to anybody, all different walks of life, and have a great conversation.
True.
He's always been like that.
Yeah.
I think it's because how you were brought up, man.
I'm a listener. Like,
Cakes is
ain't,
natural.
ain't no better listener than this guy right here.
Oh, that's a fact.
That's true.
Yeah, I can
That's a
sit.
fact.
I could listen all day.
Yeah.
He's gonna judge you too. He's gonna judge you. He's gonna tell you.
Yeah,
To
he's
your
gonna
face.
Oh, you talking about me?
I don't necessarily think it's a judgment. It's not a judgment.
I was trying to avoid that one.
It's
Oh,
not a
judgment.
It's
I
not a
thought you
judgment.
made a
It's-
face
He's
of like-
giving it to you real.
Yeah.
Trying to avoid the
And
comment.
it's from a
right?
stand.
But I think that's all of us.
100%.
Nobody
I don't
bullshit.
sugarcoat shit with you.
I've never
anymore.
Neither does Saul. neither
Nah.
does
I've never felt
Baby
judged with
cakes
Kyle.
or-
No, 100%. No,
I've never felt judged with
it's
Kyle.
it's
I'm
him
scared
giving it
sometimes,
to you
sometimes.
real, and he's also going to give you, hey, there's this possibility, there's that possibility.
Yeah, I like that.
You know,
Yeah.
Because very
and that's
logical.
how it should
Yeah.
be.
I don't even think it's well for me personally. I'll speak about my own experience with Mikhail. I don't think it's for me personally. It's not giving it to me real. He asks questions.
I'll give it
That
to you
too.
real good.
Like so he'll I'll explain something like serious, right, that I'm going through. And he'll listen. He's a good listener. And he's not I never feel like he's passing judgment.
No.
But he will ask me questions, and then I feel like I don't know if he's doing this on purpose or not, but through asking questions, you kind of get
It
to your
gets
answer.
you to kind of think
You
about.
kind of get to the
Yeah,
answer you were searching
yeah.
for. He just helps navigate those waters for you. He gets you there by asking certain questions. And I don't know if that's your purpose, or I don't know if that's the goal that you have when you do that, or you're just asking questions. But it helps me figure stuff out.
Hey.
Like it gets me there.
He's been that guy since 3rd grade. So
Right. I'd say that's just genuinely me trying to give my most honest
Correct.
opinion about something.
because also the questions that he's asking is trying to
me.
find the
He's
right
trying to get-
way
he's
to
trying
give
get
you.
understanding,
Yeah.
You know.
genuine.
That way he can
But
give
it
you
also
the
puts it in
best
perspective
of
for
of
you.
what it is
Yeah.
you're
And-
sharing with him, so he can give you his honest feedback.
Right.
100%.
And you know, I really care about you guys. I think a quick, an unthoughtful response to me says a lot more than, you know, me chewing on it and in the form of asking a follow-up and then another question, because I just want to help or just kind of like do my best to kind of like give my opinion on something, maybe bring a different aspect to something.
Right.
Maybe it helps, maybe it doesn't, but maybe at least you don't walk away from saying, from our conversation saying, I never heard anyone say that.
Yeah.
And that may help you, you know. I don't ever want to decide anybody's thing, you know.
No.
I just kind of
You're
want
good on
to see what the thought behind whatever's going on is, and then try to help
You get a
come
full,
up with a conclusion.
you get a
I
full
guess.
circle response.
Right,
Because
based
you're
on
gonna
what I
make
would
us think about every aspect of it.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
What is this? What is this?
You know what he does so well? He listens. So when you talk about active listening, the
That's what
definition of active listening is listening to understand, not listening to respond.
Right.
So many people,
Just want to say what they want to say and not give you real shit.
I can listen to Rick talk for 10 minutes and I'm just waiting. I'm chomping at the bit to tell him
Right.
what I want to say. Not processing anything you're saying. I just already have a response. Like I know all the answers, right? No,
Right.
we don't. He truly listens to understand, not listens to respond. And I think that's why conversations with him seem to be so impactful. Because
and not a lot of people have that.
no, active listening is gone these days.
Not a lot of people have that.
So I don't know.
That's important to have.
It's good quality. It's good quality, brother.
You can tell when someone's just like waiting to just ask
They're waiting to like
on their mind,
hear them self talk.
instead of like help. Because we'll say something, and it has some sort of response that could be related to what they're asking, but you just kind of blurt out something just kind of so random, and it doesn't really do anything to kind of help push one way or the other. It's just kind of, you could just tell, and to me that's, I never appreciated that. So, you know, on the same, I'd rather, I don't know, I don't want to give that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't know. For Eddie, when you were last here, I was kind of curious. I never really got to, you know, deep dive or really ask your experience from doing your first podcast and kind of going through the whole kind of experience of it. What did you kind of feel, or what did you take from it? Did you enjoy it?
Honestly, man, I had my
Of course you did. Of course you did.
What?
You made amazing clips. I'll give you that. You know what I mean?
That was good, man. Honestly, it was just genuine conversations, man, that we were having.
Give them the shits.
Just, you know, being ourselves,
course.
being silly at times. You know, and, I feel like it definitely lightens up the conversation. You know, when it's difficult ones to have, much like at that time the LA fires that we were talking about. Yeah. But yeah, man, it's no different than how we would, you know, carry conversations
Right.
without any of this, you know, going on. Like, I feel like this, eliminating this out of the picture, we would have the same conversations.
Right.
It'd
Yeah.
be the same outcome. It'd be the same quality conversations as what we're doing now. So,
But intentional.
Correct.
getting to share that with other people. Yeah. We've always felt like there's always little nuggets here, right?
Yeah.
That we can
Yeah,
all,
that
you know, take from each other, and that we all get from our conversations. That it's so dope that we get to share that with other people. Wherever this goes, man, even if it goes as far as, I don't know, or maybe as little as just one viewer, Whatever you guys see here, whatever you can take from these conversations, as long as it's impactful to you and you're able to, take something from it and apply it to your own life, or maybe give you a different perspective
Right.
of certain things going on, I feel like that to me is all well worth it. Well worth it.
Yeah, for sure.
For sure.
I see our group as like a jack of all trades kind of thing. There are some that are married. There are some that are fathers. There are some that want to be fathers and want to be married. And we all have our own way of going about things that so many people kind of like are in a rut with, whether it's dating, like so many layers to dating nowadays. And who better to kind of bring on and ask than the guys in our group who are, kind of exploring that. And kind of like people want to know what is going on out there, and what is it like, and how do you guys navigate that when you guys get a weird story? Like, you guys aren't the only ones that deal with these weird stories, and I know it's a little bit hard to be so open about some of these things, so you don't want to offend people, which is totally respectable. But don't ever be afraid to kind of like bring up something that might be a little uncomfortable, because so many people out there are dealing with the same things or something very similar that they can get a little help with. And I think at the end of the day, helping people and kind of entertaining, bringing a little bit of joy to someone because we're being a little funny, a little goofy.
Yeah.
I think that's what it's all about.
But you always gotta throw humor in everything.
Exactly.
You know,
and that's just who we are.
That's who we are for sure.
That's who we are.
I've been in some dark spots and just I hear something funny, listen to something funny.
It's
listen to a podcast.
And it's funny because podcasts do that.
Oh yeah.
I'll have a shitty day. I don't want to be in the truck, or I don't want to do nothing. You listen to that one podcast, and it's like, well, I was laughing my ass off that entire time.
2 hours
Like
is
2 hours,
flying.
3 hours. Yeah, it's like, oh, I completely forgot about what I was complaining about an hour ago. You know?
Yeah, I used to watch Joe Budden fucking early podcasts, their funny hits.
Yeah.
If I had like a shitty day, just wanted to laugh. I thought that.
Right. Yeah.
That podcast
Honestly,
is powerful.
Tiger Belly with Bobby Lee, that was my savior for a while, bro.
Do any of you guys listen to podcasts of people that don't have any like celebrity or prior professional entertainment? There are a few that I've come across that just kind of started, and for whatever reason, especially an ensemble podcast with a bunch of them, I just feel myself with my friends doing that. And that's honestly what prompted me and motivated me the most
to want to do it.
Why can't we do it?
100%.
Why not? Like,
They can do it. Why can't we?
Years ago,
and I sent you those.
It's
and
been
I'm
in the
like,
talks for
damn.
years, because I remember me, Cakes, Val, and Daniela. We talked about it too. I helped him move a couch one time. I was like, yo, look at these chairs. That'd be perfect for a podcast.
Bro,
You know, we had talked about a long time ago, and it just, again, making that step to do it is always everybody's first, like, is it worth it?
And
Do I take that leap and spend this money on this equipment, on this stuff? And what if it doesn't go nowhere? Then what?
Exactly. It
You know?
self-eliminates a lot of people.
100%.
Right.
100%.
Well, fuck that. We're
Yeah,
about to
nah, yeah.
start. I mean, even if it's every couple months or however what works best for everybody, I definitely want to provide.
Look, my drive is only 5 hours and 30 minutes.
whatever you guys want to do.
If it's like you said, I don't mind being in the car. If it's, however y'all need to do it. If it's me coming here for one night, if it's me here coming for one night, I'll do it because it gets me to come kick it with y'all.
Yeah.
I moved to Arizona for whatever reason it was, and it's working.
Mm-hmm.
And
That's dope.
like, I like the heat,
And I
coming from your undercarriage. So
yikes! I did want to ask about that. A native San Diego.
Yeah.
San Diego native.
Trader. No, sorry.
Ricky
Hey, don't worry. I have nothing Arizona yet.
has
I don't got no hats. I don't got no jerseys.
recently moved to another state of Arizona.
Yeah.
I mean, I know myself am curious what that's been like adjusting to that, whether it's been the...
Finally did it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
How long have I been talking about this?
Long time.
Like 2015.
What
At least.
What led to that? Like, what were your thoughts leading up into that
So, obviously, there's a lot of things. Everybody knows, or whoever's in California knows.
Mm-hmm.
California is expensive. San Diego is what? Number 3, number 1 on the top highest.
Ridiculous.
Number 1 recently on the list of like
talk to
most
their
expensive.
expert real estate agent.
Yeah, like it's, granted, I lived in a house that I rented from a family member with my brother-in-law.
Mm-hmm.
At some points, my in-laws lived with us. And it just got to a point where it's like, if we didn't have that little dynamic, how am I going to afford an apartment by myself?
Dude.
And something that's
Hard out here.
nice, something that's in an area where my kids are going to go to get a
Safe.
good school, a good safe place for my children.
Yeah.
You know, because it ain't just me and my girl, let's go find an apartment.
You got
Because
a
the first
family.
spot I lived in, I'd never go back.
Right.
You know, that Fifth Avenue spot,
that spot.
Yeah.
a lot of memories there.
A lot of
I
good
got,
memories.
you know, we lived there
Walk
when,
down the hill every time you go.
God,
Yeah.
jeez, man. But, you know, there has been a lot of talk about it, a lot of years of should we do it, shouldn't we do it. At one point, we were very close to going to Yuma. And it just like, oh, okay, it didn't work out. And then
That's closer than AZ, right?
it's Arizona, but it's only 2.5 hours.
Sorry,
like-
I meant closer to us. Yeah.
Closer to us. So you're like,
The closest
what?
city.
That's like 30, 40 minutes from El Centro.
Okay.
El Centro's California. But yeah, it's just, you know, we definitely thought about it for a while. And it got to a point where, I guess, be upfront, me and the wife were bumping heads
About
I want to do this and I don't want to do this.
Who was on the side?
She was on the side of let's get the fuck out of here.
Oh, okay.
And I was on the side like, for what?
Yeah.
In my mind, I was like, if I can't make it here, like, let me try. And I did. I gave it some time. I felt I had a good job. But in the industry I was in,
Mm-hmm.
I worked a semi-truck in a construction field where if it rained, I'm off.
No work.
Sure, yeah.
So if you're off, you're not guaranteed vacation time. Like you don't get those perks of I can cover those days.
Right.
You're just, okay, you're off.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Go back to 2020. COVID hit. Luckily we got those, you know, those, what is it? The
Stimulus
the
checks.
stimulus checks and the government feeding these companies money
Yeah.
to where they can pay us and we're still not even going to work. There were days where I have to go to the office, check in. Oh, there's no work today. Okay, I get paid my 8 hours, go home. If I go to work, I get to work. But I'd maybe get out of that whole 3-4 months that happened, I maybe work 3 days.
Damn.
You know? So it's like, and the rain just sucks. Like imagine if I was still here right now,
Rains a lot.
I would have been off how many days? Exactly.
Yeah.
However many days it's been raining in the last 3 months.
Just throwing beats all day.
Yeah. Like
There's only so many.
there's only so many you could throw in a day.
beats
Yeah.
There's only so many.
So it really came to a point where it's like, okay, obviously that field isn't it.
Yeah.
Even if you own your own truck, you have overhead now. If your truck's not working, you still got to pay the insurance on the truck. You still got to pay the registration. Like there's
thought
still
about
things
that.
that are still need to be paid, but your truck is sitting in a yard collecting water.
Damn.
So
Doesn't that affect all trades though? Like I know you're a carpenter, Miklo. Does that
Yeah.
affect you with rain too, or
It'll depend on the trades that are. Some are more outdoor,
like the outdoor
centric
stuff
than
for
others.
sure.
which is what you for
Which
sure what you were
obviously
doing,
me,
yeah.
like
Yeah.
there was times where I was working at Snapdragon.
Yeah.
I knew Miklo was there. I hit him up. Hey, I'm in the truck right here dumping loads.
Yeah.
And he was like,
Whoa!
He was talking about porn. Remember the addiction? I was
Hey,
talking
there's
about?
Hey,
no-
Miklo.
Hold on.
Hey, Miklo, I'm in the truck right here dumping loads.
To bring it full circle.
Let's be clear. There's no porn addiction. But,
No, I didn't say there was.
hey,
Now.
Guilty
Not now.
conscience.
No.
Guilty conscience.
hey,
Thankfully,
I was friends with Adrian. He had a secret file. You know, you ever
my
seen
life, file.
if you
Saved
ever
my
seen
life.
Two Girls, One Cup, it's because Adrian.
Yo,
Anyways,
it's changing.
We didn't watch that at my house. We didn't watch that at my
Yo,
house.
let's get back to the dumping loads.
We watched that ourselves.
well, to be fair, like for me, I'm a carpenter, but
he's indoor.
I'm more,
Yeah.
more indoor. Like I'm more cabinet. The what do you call it? Like the crown molding,
All
the
the shit you
base.
see.
Right.
Yeah, all the shit you see.
I'm a finished carpenter, so we finish.
Hey, he never not
We're at
finishes.
the end of
Never
the job
finish hard.
typically, so there's usually AC in the building.
Okay.
Yeah,
If it's
yeah.
hot, or if it's cold, there's usually a little bit of heat in the building.
Yeah.
So what I'm hearing is you always finish. You work with crown jewels and you lay pipe.
If
Definitely.
oh, dude,
That's what I heard you say right now.
Living life.
Damn.
stretch a little wood.
Yeah,
Wood
you know.
stretcher here.
Yeah,
wood
wood
stretcher
stretcher.
too?
But in all reality,
You're sick, dude.
we do a little bit of everything, but it's primarily indoors, so it's good when it does rain.
You silver tongue devil.
But during COVID, I was pretty slow myself.
Yeah, it got slow for all of us.
2021 is when I got started.
Yeah.
And I took a leap. I was like 31, and I took a chance doing it. And that first year was rough. Not just taking a pay decrease to get started, but the amount of work that was out there coming out of that pandemic.
Right.
A lot of projects hadn't got the funding yet to kind of get started.
Yeah.
Yet. So it wasn't until
Everybody
22,
was very
23.
should we start? Should we wait longer?
Right.
There were jobs that I would go to, and I sit alone in my truck. No passenger. My office is the truck. We'd pull into a job site. We got to check your temperature. Have you been around? Sign a waiver. Have you been around anybody that has COVID? And if I did, I'm in the truck by myself. What do you like? That time was nuts.
Sure.
You know, crazy times. But
people wearing face masks, driving in their car, by themselves with all the windows rolled up.
Right.
done.
Invited
What is
over
that?
to-
What is that doing?
People getting invited over to
Yeah,
hook up.
yeah.
Crazy.
Scuba gear.
Crazy.
Oh, I remember that.
Wild.
That doesn't even make any sense.
That was
They
fear
keep-
mongering at its.
Oh, 100%.
At its best.
like plug in some of those pictures.
Right. I
From
will.
COVID?
I will.
Like ridiculous COVID moments?
People at the grocery store.
Fear mongering.
Crazy. They had costumes on.
Yeah,
Right.
man.
Scuba Steve.
If I had to imagine what people were thinking, I think one of the initial thoughts would be how long have we known each other, and maybe how we kind of got together, and to kind of, and even when we reveal how long we've been friends. Why do you,
Right.
why have you guys been friends for so long? Because not so
That's a
many
good
people
topic.
get a chance to do that.
Are we
Yeah.
done over here though?
Oh, well, I guess. No, well, I moved to Arizona. Something that
Yeah, I don't want to.
something sorry, I know we really went it's all right.
This happens.
Yeah, I know.
Well, hey, welcome to podcast.
Hey, that's what it is. It's okay. It happens on all of them. Again, it was something that we talked about for a very long time. And I was like, I was tired of, because there was a point where before we really made the decision for Arizona, it was like, let's go north. Let's go to Temecula. Because it is a little cheaper out there.
Yeah.
Granted, I was willing to drive
Not so
down
much
here
anymore.
every day.
So many blue collar people do that.
And it happens.
Yeah.
A lot of people
So
do it.
many.
Yeah.
They do it. And I was willing to do it. And
A lot of people
just
do
to
it
stay in
way
Sa-
more than I
just to
thought.
technically
cops do
stay in San Diego, I was willing to go that route. There is a company that was a trucking company. It is further north that way, so I probably would have transitioned into that company. But again, it still wasn't what she wanted. So, not that I got tired of fighting, but it was more, what am I holding back from?
Sure.
Why am I not willing to change or have that openness of trying it?
Yeah.
Well,
That's
you
one
also-
thing.
You also have a big family.
I have a huge family, and
Which
for
is
me, that was the biggest thing.
Yeah.
It's tough.
That was the hardest thing. Like, close to moms, close to pops. Like, and when I talked to everybody about it, the three people that really gave me that you should do it was my grandparents, grandma and grandpa, and my Uncle Gil.
Shout out.
Shout out.
Happy wife, happy life.
And it was like,
What was the reasons?
they were, my grandma country. So she was like, go,
Yeah.
you
Shout
know,
out your
and for
grandma.
my grandfather, my uncle, it was like,
Hey.
okay, but what's the,
I saw that, Adrian.
Hey.
Shout out to grandma. I didn't say nothing
Grandma's
bad.
off limits.
hey,
Would you say shout out grandma?
shout out grandma. Hey,
Yeah.
my grandma makes the best salmon patties.
Yes.
That day, that was like 2 days before I left, she came and brought salmon patties. Adrian ate one.
Me and Julian had one.
You and Julian had one. Julian loved it.
Amazing.
You know?
He has to stop thinking about it.
Yeah.
No.
My grandma's salmon patties she used to trick the grandkids when we were little and say they were Krabby Patties.
Oh shit.
or it was chicken.
With kids, you gotta do that.
But you got to
Yeah.
trick them.
I
Yeah.
get it.
But they gave me the green light, and they're like, why not? They're like, it's crazy to even try to buy in San Diego right now. In general, interest rates are up. Again, in the field that I was in, it was like, I'm good for 9 months out of the year, but then I'm also trying to play catch up for those 4 months I didn't work, so what I could have made if I worked consecutively would have been way more than what they say you make.
Would have been worth it.
It would have been worth it, but it's also playing catch up, and
I think they definitely came. Sorry, I don't mean to cut you off. From a place of like, you're a provider. Yeah. you know, and your best chances of providing for your family is probably in Arizona. 100%. So yeah, and I think they were definitely on the right path, or they had the right train of thought when they advised you to go, because I can only assume you're much happier.
It's pretty wild, but yeah, definitely. Obviously, like Adrian said, my family is huge. I have 6 brothers and sisters.
Oh.
It's hard to keep up. It's hard to make them all happy. And it gets to a point where it's like, you know, I can't make it here because of this, but it's like, do I have to explain everything to you? Like, and sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. It's like, I can't make all of you happy all the time. So it got to a point where it's like, all right, my family, my little unit, you know?
Yeah.
It's, again, it was, let's try it. Why not? I'm down for the change.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there was a lot of in-house stuff that really pushed towards that ending moment of like, let's get the fuck out of here on all aspects. Even like that last 2 months I was here, down was at Sweetwater Road. One of my cousins got hit by a car.
Yeah. It was right before you left.
Right before I left, literally like weeks before I left. My cousin was hit by a car and died. And I was like, I need to get the fuck out of here. Like, just stuff started to get dark, you know, and I was just like, nah, let's go. It was just set. Like, even the last moment, that last week, Val, my brother-in-law who lived with us, Val's brother, he was like, are you sure you guys want to go? Let's just move into a different house. Let's get out of this house.
He didn't want to let go, though.
He didn't want to let go.
Which makes sense.
But honestly, it was a good thing for him. It was a good thing for us. My marriage has not been any better than it's been in the last 4 months.
That's dope.
That's what I wanted to get into.
And
that's dope.
That's what you have out
Yeah,
there.
Exactly. It's just us. Like
That's
obviously the kids at the beginning. When you have kids, the beginning is mommy. Mommy. Dad is like, I guess, like, you know, second choice. So now, even this last 2 weeks of just being in the transition of the new stuff, Ilara, like, you know, I would go, hey, Hands, like, come here. She'd walk right past me, ignore the shit out of me.
That's her. That's kind of
And that's her personality.
Yeah.
But lately she'll look and she's like, okay, come back and give Dad love.
You all right.
So it's like, all right, I got you now. So it's, you know, it's made us, it's made us much closer. Just me and the kids alone. Like, yeah, Adrian's goddaughter.
Well,
she tries to brush his no hair.
She did brush my hair.
And for those, so for the audience that does, like, Cakes has been on one podcast before, right? And this is your first podcast. Right. To the listener, they probably don't know. They've heard stories about me, Adrian, Mikhail, Lindsay, how we go way back.
Right.
But the audience might not know we all go way
They're
back.
right there the whole time.
Yeah.
Way back. Yeah. Like, I mean, you guys go further back than I was introduced to everybody freshman and sophomore year of high school.
Yeah, freshman year,
which
you and I met.
I've known all you guys more than half of my life.
Right.
And you guys, some of you guys have been longer than that. So we, like Mikhail was saying earlier, we all have, this is like a very eclectic group. Mm-hmm. We all bring different things.
It's not just friends.
We all bring different things to this group.
It's past that now. We family.
But I think, no, we're family. We're family. Like, you guys are brothers to me. I don't have any siblings.
Check this out.
No siblings.
You 4 were in my wedding.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Like,
and we were hammered before the wedding started.
How long ago was that?
That was 11. That was almost 12 years ago.
Right. And we don't.
Can we just shout that out? 12 years of marriage.
Okay.
That's perfect.
Let's shout that out. I've been with her since I was 12 years old.
I was
there, and I was there.
Talking about waiting to ask a question.
Yeah.
I was just about to say one of my favorite things about you as a person, is just the fun fact that you've been with your chick for how long?
8th grade?
20, almost 22 years.
Say that again?
22 years.
How old are you?
36.
So you've been with her for how long?
22 years.
And you're 36?
Yeah.
You're confusing him.
Bro, that's a lot of numbers.
That's dope.
That's a lot of numbers?
Yeah, that's fucking amazing.
So
bro.
I met her 7th grade, Castle Park Middle School in English class. I met her there.
Castle Park Middle.
Shout out Miss May.
It's possible.
Wherever she at.
It's possible.
Miss May was my English teacher. Valerie sat right in front of me.
Yeah.
Her last name's Cortez. That's when Spy Kids just came out. Their last name was Cortez.
Yeah.
She sat in front of
So
me,
you asked her if she was a spike.
and I was like,
What
"Hey,
was your pickup
I was
line?
like, where's your brother Junie at?"
Damn,
And that's how we started
fire!
talking.
And then next thing you know,
Yeah.
2 kids right here.
Yeah. But then,
That's all it's like. Shout out Spy Kids. Can we just
So,
put Spy Kids in the
even
middle right
funnier.
Changed his life, bro. You changed your
100%.
life.
Even funnier, I left beginning of or end of 7th grade when that school year ended. I moved to Poway where my mom lived.
I remember
Went to
that.
Rancho Bernardo Middle School. I was only there for that first semester
of 8th grade?
of 8th grade.
Yeah, you
I
came back.
came back right before the second semester started. I'm walking out of the counselor's office after getting checked in and shit with my mom, my sister Lulu. First person I see walking to the counselor's office, we crossed paths, was Valerie.
Baddie. You just saw Baddie.
Yeah, I was
cross
just
in.
like, yo.
Like, damn.
And what's funny is, it's funny because
Oh,
I've
yeah,
been,
lightning bolt hit the tip of your penis.
100%. 100%. And
100%.
I've mentioned this. I felt early on young. Like some people have it. Like, I want to get married earlier. I want to find someone earlier. I want to have kids early. So
Yeah.
my kids are older or I'm
get
young
divorced
and,
early.
you know, right. I knew I wanted to find my person early on. Whether whoever it was, I didn't know who it was going to be.
What made you have those kind of thoughts so young?
I have no idea.
Did you have that at home?
My mom and maybe my mom, my stepdad, you know, they've been together for a long time. I think I met my stepdad when I was like around 5. So they've obviously, you know, everybody
time.
has ups and downs, but they're still
They
together.
figure it out.
Yeah.
So, okay. Dude, I have so many questions.
You know,
that I
maybe-
don't think we
and-
even have enough time.
I know.
But-
Maybe even also
well-
to the grandparents, seeing that dynamic, like seeing them. And my grandparents met when they lived on the same block. They met each other when they were kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes sense.
And my
Baddies.
grandfather wifed her up at 17.
Well, how'd you know?
What?
Yeah.
Dope.
Because he got her pregnant.
we-
But then he joined the military and he took care of his family.
Yeah.
Very, very.
You know?
dope. Yeah.
So we all go way back, and Miklo asked. I think earlier was going to ask like how did that come about? Like how did that happen? And I think I've heard him explain this before, and I thought he explained it really well. But one thing that I noticed, I think we've all kind of noticed, is that we all didn't really grow up with a
Yes.
consistent
Yes.
father figure. I know some of us had fathers in their lives later on in life, or some of us had fathers in their lives that were like there. Like I know Rick, you're probably the only one that had like a consistent resemblance of what a father figure would look like.
Yeah, it was a little
The rest of us, not so much.
right, because like yours is very deep, yours is very deep, yours is deep, yours is deep.
Right.
You know, 100. How deep is yours?
Pretty deep.
Hey.
Well, and I'm not saying that we.
No,
I'm
but-
not saying that we all didn't grow up with fathers, but like maybe
Yeah.
not the best relationship with fathers. And
Correct.
it grew later into something that was a lot
No,
more
definitely.
beautiful and positive.
Definitely.
Right. I think
'Cause-
that's what brought us so close.
We all
in
had,
my honest opinion.
not saying they're daddy issues, but we all definitely had something that was. We all had something really to link up with.
I think
you
that's
know?
why, I think that's why we gravitated towards
If
each
I
other.
needed something, so to take it there, if I knew once I met you guys and we became that group of friends.
Was it that time we skipped out on the buffet, or
No,
when was it? That time?
after that.
Hey,
Definitely
hold-
after that.
hold
But
on,
that-
can we-
but
Just
that
curious,
was.
just curious.
I knew that if I needed like dad problems, that I could talk to Uncle John,
Oh yeah.
and I think that's what it was.
Hey, he was there
Your
for
house, like,
all you
a
guys
lot of
like that.
conversations.
that house was like a safe haven.
You're right. I don't know if
Definitely
anybody.
for me.
But I think that's why we all gravitated towards each other.
I don't know if anybody from your house back then
Yeah.
will listen or hear, but I want everybody to know how much of a safe space,
Yes,
and
that
how
was
much
my
of a
safe
comfortable environment you being so welcoming to having us in,
Yeah.
but also your
The
family, because it's one thing for you
Yeah.
to be open to it, but
the
it was
whole house.
I
so
don't make the
genuine.
decisions, Yeah.
It was so genuine from Uncle John, Aunt Nydia, Aunt Mary,
Oh my
and
gosh,
cousin
yes.
Tony,
Cousin Tony,
Whoever
was there.
Priscilla,
Yeah.
John,
Yes.
Dude.
Sage.
How many times did we go in John and Sage's room and just fuck with them?
Right.
Yeah.
But
Like,
That's where I got the handcuffs for kicks.
yeah, like that whole house to let us in.
even Uncle upstairs,
Uncle Paul.
Uncle Paul.
We had to
Yeah,
stay out of
yeah.
there though.
even when he opened up to us,
Yeah.
it was so
Yeah.
dope just to like allow us to be there.
And it was funny
spend time
because
with you
weren't
guys.
weren't them our age now at that time?
Yeah. I think
Imagine that.
I think they looked at it like So I grew up without any brothers and sisters,
Right.
right? And that's one thing. Obviously, I can't say my mom, you should have had more kids. That's her decision, right?
Right.
But I see a lot of people grow up with siblings, and it kind of sucks because sometimes when people are going through stuff, the people that they resonate most with are their siblings. And I'm talking about like hard stuff. When like somebody loses a parent, right?
Mm-hmm.
When they lose a parent, they usually confide in their siblings. They're all there together, going through that pain together, but also remembering the good times together.
Yeah.
I didn't have that. And so when I met you guys, I was like, this is kind of...
Wasn't it pretty close after your grandmother passed?
No, my grandmother passed when I was a freshman in high school.
Okay,
So
so
and I
that's
met
when
you
you
guys
met-
freshman
that's when you
year.
We were already playing basketball.
Yeah, we were already playing
Mikhail,
basketball.
Yeah.
My grandmother did pass
Mikhail,
when I
you
was
were
a
at
freshman.
Otai freshman year, huh?
Sophomore
But,
year,
like,
I
You
reconnected,
came back.
You,
Okay.
you guys were like the brothers that I always wanted that I never had.
Right.
And I think my family saw that
Yeah.
and was like, if he's happier
Dog, that door
with
was
them
open.
around, we love him. We
That was
embrace
an
him.
open door.
Because to
Well, you better
Mikhail's
make sure it
point,
was locked.
I didn't pay no
Exactly.
bills back
better
then.
make sure the door was locked.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't pay no bills. Like I was a pipsqueak. I had no money, and like they were. I'm bringing you guys into their home, not
Right.
my home.
Right.
And they did it like every time we'd have a barbecue on Sundays. There's plenty of food for everybody to eat. 2-3.
It wasn't until
plates
we
full
were
of food.
21 where it was like, hey, just bring beer and
Yeah.
ice. Ice was a
Yeah,
fucking thing in
that
that
was it.
house.
Bring ice.
But
Bring ice.
Yeah,
But-
bring ice.
I think a big part of the reason why we all got along so well, and we didn't realize this till years later, because we all just got along, right?
Yeah.
It wasn't until we got older and we started realizing that
It was just
maybe
instant.
we had some trauma. We were like, there's a commonality here.
Yeah.
And the commonality
Yeah.
is we all didn't have the best experience with fathers.
Right.
Right.
Turns
And
out.
I remember he talked about it one time and explained it like really, really, I thought eloquently. I don't
Right.
remember what you said. I just know that when you said it, I was like, damn, that's exactly why we're so close to each other.
Right.
Remember what you said?
I don't know. I feel like maybe I remember. But it's definitely something that we all have in common that we kind of just leaned into each other.
Yeah.
About because you can definitely relate to me. I definitely can't relate to someone that had both parents in the household growing up. So being that you guys were basically in a similar situation as me, that definitely, I think that helped understand each other a little bit better too. So
Where we are now.
To give I guess some sort of timeline, I guess would it be me and you first connecting,
Yeah.
and then from there
Through
we kind
basketball.
of branched out, or
Well, I knew Baby Cakes and Rick.
Yeah, the
I
three
know-
of
I know-
us were close.
We
So-
kind of
oh,
became
yeah.
like a
So
Megatron.
one,
like-
two,
Right.
three, we're really
Megatron.
close,
Very
on
close.
their own.
Yeah.
Right.
Wait, was
And
that
granted-
high school or was that before high school?
This was middle school.
Because
Towards
I
the
knew
end
Rick
of
in middle school.
End of eighth
Okay.
grade. Granted, I did not like this man
Nah, we did
in
not get
seventh
along.
grade.
I
We
hated
hated
him.
each other.
Yeah, you
In
said you looked like
seventh
a Guido.
I came late to practice. That was
Insert
before.
photo.
Insert photo.
I had that photo.
Granted, I came late to basketball practice, Club TC one time, and it was like, oh, you got to be with Adrian. Fuck.
Fuck that guy.
You played
And-
baskutball?
Played basketball my whole life. I'm just never good.
I was like, why were you so
I'm
bad?
just never good.
And he couldn't make fucking grades, is what it was.
Shut up,
Mikhail bought him that book, How to Play Basketball.
I
That was
did
the
get a book that
greatest
said how to
He did
play
get a
gift
book.
ever. Gag gift ever.
Yeah, that was funny.
It was very thoughtful.
So you three knew each other before, like in middle
Us
school.
three knew
Yeah.
each other from middle school. Me and
Okay.
Mikhail have known each other since third grade.
yes, we knew each other.
Closeness
Damn.
varied every
Yeah,
now and then.
we knew each
Okay.
other.
We linked
Yeah.
back up in middle school,
Yeah, yeah.
but we were same class
Yeah.
in elementary school.
Club TC.
Club TC is where
I
we
had
kind of
to
connected
be-
in middle school. Yeah,
yeah,
because
I
we
know.
played basketball.
Yeah.
I met him my freshman year, but I didn't know who the hell he was. We were at
Well, because
Otai
we
Ranch
played Otai Ranch
playing basketball.
and I was like, "Yo, we all knew Mikhail," so
And
we
he
said,
walked
"What's up?"
by.
And we introduced him to Sal. Like, "Yo, this is
he
Sal."
hard to
walked
miss.
by wearing that
He's hard to
lavender
miss.
hoodie.
Was I? Okay.
That
That
was a
lavender
very-
hoodie that he always
yes.
wore.
Yeah.
And
I'll
then Rick
never
was
forget your
like,
MySpace picture.
everybody was like,
Me,
yo, this is the
Richie,
homie, this is the
all of
homie
us knew Mikhail from middle school.
Everybody like dabbed you up. Everybody knew you.
Yeah.
And then they introduced you to me. Oh, hey, what's going on, man?
Club TC.
That was it.
what was
It's
it, middle
crazy.
school leading up into high school where I had to leave.
Were you on the 18?
Eighth grade, yeah, 18. But we just won a championship.
Hey, hold on.
after
I was a captain on the B team.
I was
Relax.
on the B team.
Okay,
I was
I was
on the
a
B
captain
team.
on the B team.
We
remember your team.
won a championship, and I don't remember how long or whatever when the last time we did that, but we won the
Yeah.
championship 8th
What,
grade.
was it against Del Rey?
Chula Vista, I thought.
So A team was Chula Vista,
Uh-huh.
B team was Rancho Del Rey.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
I
so I
remember
knew a lot of
Yeah.
the guys that just transferred into Castle Park High.
Yeah.
So when I saw you guys there, I was just like, fuck yeah, my guys. You know
Hell
what
yeah.
I mean? Like, as soon as I get the hell out of here, I want to go back over
Yeah,
there.
he knew. He already told us I'm going back.
Yeah.
He knew already.
To this day,
had
though, I
to
remember
hear.
that.
Yeah, why did you?
We were
go to-
stretching.
What even made
It
that
was the
happen?
school. It was closer.
It was
the
a
brand new
It was-
school.
yeah, It was closer to.
And he
Brandon,
lived right
yep.
there on Brandywine.
And
Yeah.
it just created that new division of anybody living on that side.
That side of the
Got you.
freeway was
Okay.
going to
Had to
Otay.
go to
So it
Otay.
wasn't like a purposeful thing. Like I want to go here.
I had
Like
to,
if I
got you.
used my
You didn't want-
grandparents'
you didn't
address,
want to go there, right?
didn't
I
want
would have went to
to.
Otay.
I still remember we were stretching,
Yeah.
we're getting ready for the game, stretching. He walks by, you guys all is the homie Mikhail, like dab him up. I say hi to him real quick, and then like I never see him again until sophomore year.
Right.
And then we play basketball together. I knew him before I knew you guys, just through basketball.
Yeah.
And then
Right.
he brought you guys around, and then the rest was history.
I think
Right,
Mikhail's
right.
responsible for bringing all of us around.
In
Yeah.
reality,
Like you got to go through.
hold
Mikhail.
on. In reality, Adrian's technically not a part of the
Bro,
group.
get the fuck out of here.
Why not?
His underwear have not
Yeah, please
been
start.
burnt.
Yeah. Elaborate.
No,
So with our group here, there was an initiation. We went to 7-Eleven,
There
Sal
was.
bought some fucking lighter fluid. Hey, bring me a pair of
it
underwear.
sounds like you fell for some dumb shit. I
Hey,
never happened. That
It
never
could be
happened
a
to me.
fucking cult. I don't know.
Hey, I'm a
could've been,
good,
but he
I'm
was down.
a
Hey,
good
he
quote
was
leader.
down.
But at the same
Did
time,
they burn your underwear?
yeah,
Together.
No.
Your underwear? Exactly. They didn't
Oh,
burn your
yeah.
underwear.
he's
I'm
he's
the
a
cult
leader.
leader, dude.
Under. You can't burn
Yeah, you don't burn
Hey,
the cult leader's underwear.
Hey,
Fuck off, Toretto.
Toretto don't burn his own
Toretto.
underwear, okay?
Cult leader is not a good
Toretto
thing.
don't wear underwear.
Cult leader is not a good thing, Bubba.
Toretto, take it easy.
Toretto.
Toretto.
Damn.
Toretto.
But me,
Family.
hey,
Hey,
me and
Why
Kate,
did I-
hey, calm down, Letty.
he,
Calm down.
Oh, dang.
no, he's
Buster.
Vince. He's Vince. He's Vince.
Buster brought me back.
Yeah.
Right.
No, that's Vince. Cakes is Vince because he gets
No.
mad. You can't bring other people around, baby.
That's true.
So
You can't
The
bring
Buster-
I like that about him. I
Buster.
like that about him.
hold on. So if
Loyalty.
if I remember
You
right,
guys just said earlier. I can't. I don't know who's ever had beef with this guy. Now you're talking about
No.
how you can't
No,
bring
no, no.
anyone
No,
around
no,
me.
exactly.
Like,
I just no, exactly.
hey, get your story straight.
No.
Okay.
No one had beef with you.
Fabrications.
You had beef with everybody. You
No.
didn't like a lot of people.
I eat a lot of beef.
No,
I don't
you-
have a
there
lot
was
of
a lot of
beef.
people you didn't like. There's a lot of people you didn't like.
Nah, I
That
don't
was
say
Rick.
He,
Rick.
I don't say
Rick
he
was
didn't.
very
Rick hates
territorial.
people. Yeah, very
I don't
territorial.
think he. It's not that he doesn't like people. It's just like
He just never
doesn't
cared. He just
like
never
it.
cared.
letting him in.
He just
the
never
cir-
cared for
It's
him.
like
he
letting
just
him.
doesn't like people.
Letting them in the circle was like they didn't pay their time. They didn't do the. They
What
didn't
was
haven't done the deed. Like,
What was- that being.
but even then, it's
They didn't pay taxes.
Whether a fair description of your reputation. What was your thought? What?
Way off.
Okay. Did you have any?
But did you?
I don't know, like protection as far as like I just don't want people on the outside coming in because I could.
You had
I'll
rubbers,
be
right?
honest, I'm the same way.
Yeah.
I'll pack it.
I'll be the same way.
but. Example, we don't
It's like
have to
a bond you
necessarily
don't break,
say a
though.
name,
Like,
but
even
who was
Richie
trying to
was
come
not
in
here.
that we didn't like coming in?
Many.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
and I could name. I mean,
For
we
sure,
I
for
could-
sure.
I could think of a few.
I'll bleep.
For sure.
Name. I'll bleep.
Bleep it. I won.
Yep.
We
Big
tried
Dave?
hard. We wanted to be a part of
we're-
it
if
so
we're-
bad.
If we're muting
Okay, Bobby.
names,
Okay,
at one time, I feel like
Yeah.
maybe. Okay,
maybe
but
they,
they
just
were their
wanted
own thing.
to,
If you go,
the one that said the dream team just pulled up.
that's true. He was a hater though.
But there was
come
also
on.
people that would hit you up like on the side, like
All
what
the
are you
time.
doing?
Hey,
all the time.
Let's kick it.
all
you
the
know.
time. Yeah.
you picked up one time.
Bro,
We're like, what
I
the
would
fuck?
share those messages with you guys,
Yeah.
mainly with Mikhail, but I'd be
Yeah.
like, yo. And then
know.
I would ask Mikhail too, because I'm like you on it? I was always no. But I was like, let me get a second opinion, because maybe I'm just an asshole.
You don't like people.
Maybe I was no, that's
They're
true.
not
No.
us.
I have a small circle. It's,
Yeah.
and
The
I
circle's
trust
small, and it was
people
small for a
in
reason.
my circle, and I'll do anything for those people. And outside of that, I don't need more friends. But I would show Mikhail these messages, because Mikhail was right. Like, a lot of people would hit me up that didn't hit up the group, and Mikhail would be like, I mean, whatever, if you want. And I'm like, nah, like that's not.
That's
we
Mikhail.
already
I'm
got.
sure there's a
Mikhail
few
has
that
always
We already
didn't
got
let in.
7 in the
Logic,
Honda
though.
Civic. We're good.
Mikhail is the
7 in the
voice logic.
Civic,
Yeah,
bro.
right.
Can we talk about that? Can we talk about the 7 of us in a Honda Civic with the most expensive sound system on the market.
Hey.
Worth more than the Honda
And,
Civic.
and listening to fucking singing word for word, fucking
Yes.
Usher, Let It Burn,
Oh man.
or Day 26.
Hey,
I
where's
was
he
not.
going?
I did not take
Day
a part of
26.
it.
What
But that
a
was
good album.
Cakes and
Cakes and
Deep.
Sal were really into Day 26.
You guys were very big Day 26.
They were
fans.
good. They were good.
There was
They
that
were
one
good.
song.
I
There was
didn't like-
one song that I would sing with them because I knew it, but
I watched the reality show.
Yeah, I wasn't
and when
in it
they
like
released
that.
the
You guys
album,
were
I
big
followed
Day
it.
Yo,
26
with
fans.
the Diddy being exposed, man. This guy was
What a
really.
turn. What a
hold
turn.
on. Check this out. Last night I was at Tender Hooligans on 3rd Avenue.
Yeah.
The DJ was spinning like live music
I
and
love
shit.
that spot.
That spot is sick.
That's a good
right?
spot. Yeah.
Pete said we should go there, so we went.
You told him that too?
I do what I do.
Um,
man.
dude, you
But
work
the
for them? What
dude,
the fuck?
the dude was spinning, right? Real stuff. And there was a moment where my Uncle Jesse looked at me and it was Diddy. It was Diddy's verse on the song.
What song? You
I
remember?
forget, but bro, he let it play 5 seconds and caught it, and he was like, and he switched that shit real quick.
All right,
I was
but
like, oh,
can y'all separate the
Diddy,
artist from
bro.
the music? Can you separate art from the music? If
Okay.
I hear "Step in the Name of Love," I'm
No.
still gonna
No,
do a little.
time out.
No.
I mean, I'm still
So,
gonna do a little two-step.
That's the
Step in the Name of
okay.
Love?
That's
What?
the
can't.
only song.
You can't turn down "Step in the Name of Love."
That's the
can.
only song
I
I
can.
can.
Can
listen.
you?
I
It's
can.
unfortunate,
But
but that's
I
the
Can Fly is better, but I can.
when
I
it.
believe I can
Hold
fly.
on.
Oh my God, that's our childhood.
You like
No,
Ignition,
the
but I
Ignition
can.
remix?
Yeah.
Is that whose name?
It's hard. I get it. It sucks. I don't believe any of the Michael stuff. So yes, I can separate
Michael
all that
never
shit.
did it.
There's been
Exactly.
no actual proof of
Michael, I can listen every day. My son
love Little Michael.
loves Michael Jackson.
Little Michael.
Carmelo is Little Michael.
Carmelo is Little
My
Michael.
son loves
Shout out to
Michael
God,
Jackson.
Carmelo.
Good man.
If there was
Good
anything
man.
I've created, it's that boy has a Thriller jacket.
He's living on.
He got a Thriller jacket for fucking Halloween,
And I bought
and that's his fucking.
Michael Jackson.
He was
Funko.
Michael Jackson last year for Halloween.
I'm slacking. I'm
Like-
slacking so hard.
Wait, like the Indian version or the
Nah.
real one?
Oh, the Indian Michael
Hey,
Jackson.
if anybody wants to watch something stupid, watch Indian Thriller on YouTube. It's the greatest shit you'll ever
Send me
see.
the video. I need to see the
It's
link.
great. But R. Kelly's a tough one too. But that
I
song,
can't do it.
Step
You
in the Name of Love,
Hey man,
They're great songs, but I can't do it.
it's hard.
I could look. What about Diddy? Is it because R. Kelly's already convicted
you
and
can
doing
or you
time?
can't?
He can't.
Or
He can't.
Okay, so is Diddy
No.
different? Is Diddy different because it's not convicted yet?
No.
Because I get the R. Kelly thing. He's convicted.
It
He
was
did.
underage.
But
It was
Diddy's
underage
not,
stuff. But
like, can you still listen to "I Need a Girl" or no?
No.
Really?
There's nothing that's so great about his music that I can just
Bad Boy for Life.
Okay.
ignore.
That video with Ben Stiller.
my thoughts, my personal thoughts on whether he's guilty or not,
Right.
all right, now let's
because that's in the front of my mind. If I
switch
hear
it
that.
off. What about Chris Brown?
What about him?
Oh, that's a good
Granted,
point.
they
Good
got in
point.
a fight in the car. Whatever, he did his
She
time.
bit his nuts or whatever.
She did.
Grabbed his nuts or whatever.
Is
the
it
fuck.
like obviously he's been blackballed from a lot of stuff?
Yeah.
Long time ago.
Ca-
Not just
he
because of Rihanna.
giant, but he still has a giant
It
following.
is, yeah.
Can you listen to his music without being judgy? Chris Brown?
Chris Brown might be the greatest R&B singer of
for
our
whatever
generation.
reason, I could separate.
Okay,
that.
because that song "Residuals," man,
Hey,
I can.
you're
Can we all agree?
love that shit.
Wait.
I
we
love
all-
that song.
Hold on, let's get to
Wait,
that. No,
wait.
it's fine.
Can we agree that can we agree that Chris Brown might be one of the greatest R&B singers of our
100%.
generation?
I
He's
agree.
like top. Who beats women? Yeah. I really gotta like chew on
He
it.
might be
but
better than
Beats
Usher.
women or beat a woman?
I gotta.
I think the only person who can go versus with Usher is Chris
Not
Brown.
that it's
So did James Brown.
We don't know about other
true that.
I gotta. Yeah. I really gotta chew on it. But top 5 for me.
King of
My personal top 3 probably.
Right.
you know?
The only verses I want to see.
Yeah.
CB,
Okay,
top
who
3,
wins the
right?
Verses, though, Chris Brown or Usher?
Chris Brown.
For sure.
I think. Chris
Oh,
Brown.
that's tough.
I would say Usher too, but it's hard because you got to remember Chris Brown has hits, bro.
You are also the one that picked Game over Eminem.
I think Chris
I
Brown.
would always
on
take
our
Game over
verses.
Eminem.
Oh,
I
what
would
was
always
that?
take Game over Eminem.
Oh, I was like,
so much. I think.
You
but
okay?
that's true. You're
think
right.
Chris
That
Brown
was-
has
I did take-
more.
I would take Game over Eminem.
I think Chris Brown has more, but I think Usher just has bigger hits. Like Chris Brown might have more hits in terms of volume.
I
number,
don't know,
but
but
Usher
you
just
got to
has
remember
bigger
Chris
hits.
Brown has
And Usher, there's
Cuts,
to me, there's a
bro, like-
nostalgia factor for Usher.
right. I get that. I want to say Usher, but if I'm being realistic, it's like Jordan and LeBron. I want to say Jordan.
I think
mean,
one day
LeBron,
we
fuck
do
you.
need to go on a probably. I think Patreon's probably the safe where
and play the music.
where we can get away
Yeah.
with copywritten.
Yeah.
That'd be so sick.
And go
Because then you could
through-
really
If
say
we
some
go
shit.
song for song, I think Chris Brown wins.
Maybe that's something we can do on a further because it's kind of hard to debate
Yeah.
it now.
Right.
I think so too.
But I think it's tough. But I think it's given how much Chris Brown still has a following, and yet he's not at the Grammys. He's not on all these other
But he won
platforms.
Best R&B album, right? Did he win?
at one point, right?
I thought this year he won Best R&B Album.
At the Grammys, but he's not ever invited.
He wasn't. Maybe he wasn't invited. I don't know.
They don't let him there.
You ever seen CB dance?
But he won Best
Bro.
R&B.
Stupid.
I know.
I could dance
Okay.
like that.
Usher does what is it?
I dance like that on top of a
Choreographed
Honda Accord.
dances.
Yeah.
Choreographed dances.
Adrian,
Chris
you can't
Brown
Dougie.
is a
I can
dancer.
You cannot Dougie.
It's
What?
art.
Did I do the Dougie or the got hyphy on top of the black girl's car on
You did
Third Avenue?
On A Street.
You did a lot of wiggling.
You didn't do anything on top of a car. You got
I
out.
thought I did on top of the
No,
car.
we were at a stoplight. You got out of the car at a red light at the intersection of Broadway,
Broadway and
and
8th
8th Street.
I thought you
and
had a
started,
seizure.
No, and you
No,
started
that was
doing,
the night. That was the night
get
we lit
stupid.
fireworks.
I thought you were
Get
seizing.
stupid.
No.
And then he lit a firework in the car and didn't roll the window
No,
down.
no,
I thought there was a
firework- no,
medical
then he-
no, then he-
emergency.
No, we lit fireworks in the car that night.
No, then he jumped back in the car. I lit a firework in the car and
I
threw
lit
it in
a-
the back seat. And he said, "Oh fuck!" And he tried to get out, and I locked the doors, and it went off. And he's like, "God damn."
Dude,
That was a good time.
we lit a firework in a car.
Bro,
What the fuck?
you guys admitted that out loud.
And that was fucked up because it was just the three of us that night. That was great. It was just us three.
No, when did we
Yeah.
go egging? Remember we went egging and that girl, we won't say her name, but she threw the egg, tried to throw it out the window, but just threw it up at the roof.
Short
Right on my roof.
No, what's her name? Fuck
fucking
that.
Chueca over
Her
there
name was-
fucking threw it
I
all
don't know.
funny.
No, I'm not gonna say.
No names.
Hold on.
Hey, well.
Serious question.
Hold on. Arizona's great. Let's just end there. Because we went off again. We went off
We would have
again.
that.
It wouldn't be right.
Hey,
It wouldn't be right.
Arizona's
It wouldn't be
awesome.
right.
Yeah,
All right, we close that.
It
I
wouldn't be
will
right.
make my rounds as much as I can.
Wait.
yeah.
Let's check back in with you after summer.
Okay.
Ooh, that's
Yeah,
good
that's a good one.
point. That's a good
Summer in
point.
Arizona.
Summers, yeah, I got you.
Hey, tail lights be melting out there.
I know.
Okay, one quick question,
All right.
and I think I'll do a quick halftime.
Okay.
I gotta go pee pee.
Yeah,
So do I.
Same.
Same.
Let's just do halftime now because
All right.
I
Then we
think-
can make that stretch longer.
What I'm gonna ask you, I think might have meat.
Okay.
To now on. Yeah.
All right. Press
Yeah,
pause.
With that, yep.
Yeah. Let's
Do
go.
you think? Okay, let me real quick.
HBO Max.
Before we
Yeah,
break,
there you go.
real quick. Do you think?
Would you hit?
Respectfully, yes.
Yes.
Right? You guys
Respectfully.
no, that clip made me
Yes.
look
I
like
would.
a wild
I
man.
would. I would.
I got a phone call. She was like, "Yo, you need to fucking relax on the podcast because
Who
you
said
are-
that?
Bleep it. Say her name.
Somebody called you and told you had to relax.
Yes,
Because you said you would
over
fuck.
Balin. She was
No
like,
way.
Pete, you gotta fucking chill. You can't be on there saying you're gonna fuck girls with Down syndrome.
She's not Down
She doesn't have
syndrome.
Down syndrome.
what was the word?
She has
Tourette's.
Tourette's.
Yeah, that's what she
Hey,
said.
hold on.
You got the turrets.
Oh, now you say the name.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah, you're blended.
When he was like, she was like, Pete, you gotta fucking
getting
relax.
canceled,
She said, you
brother.
can't just be on there saying you're gonna fuck a girl with Down syndrome.
She does.
was
No,
like-
it's
So
Tourette's.
what she's
or
saying is you
Tourette's.
can't be truthful.
She was like,
things.
baby cake sounded so legit and funny. She's like, but you?
Oh, yeah, she hyped you up.
But honest question, would you? Honest question, would you?
She said, baby cake sounded funny.
So
What?
Dupree, would you?
Oh,
Would you?
Ah,
Yes,
shit.
would you? Yes or no?
The backstory.
Hold on.
Pete, would you? Yes or no?
Okay, two things. She doesn't have fucking Down syndrome,
No.
and even if she did, she deserves dick.
Pete,
too.
you would, right?
And with that said, we're gonna take a halftime.
You
break.
would, right?
Kinda.
All right.
Are we,
shout her
are we
out.
rolling?
All right.
shout out to the one
hey,
that doesn't need to
Shout
be
out to her.
Settle down now. Settle down.
Simmer down, motherfucker. Hey,
Shout
Miko,
out
you're gonna Miko, cut all that out, please.
All right. Welcome back, everybody.
Hey.
We're back.
Hold on, Adrian. Fuck you, me.
Fuck you.
We
We're starting.
we took our,
Can we talk about how like Carmelo knows that's like Uncle Adrian shit, right?
I let Carmelo say fuck you, me in the car.
Yeah.
That's the only curse word he says.
When Adrian calls,
Yeah.
let Carmelo say it. No. Fuck you, mean. And he says all fast and quiet.
When he was little, he used to love saying. What else would he say? What's up, baby?
Yeah. Oh, what's up, baby? Take me out to dinner.
From side side talk.
Yeah, we
Side
have that
talk?
video.
Joe Byron.
Yeah.
Byron.
Yeah. Carmelo. That's my guy.
Man.
But Ilara?
You know they got a podcast.
Joe Biden and Ilara?
Those guys.
Oh.
What the fuck?
What? Doesn't even make sense.
Come on, guy.
Gotta humor him a little bit.
Yeah. He's wilding over here.
They do it on the sidewalk.
They do.
They have folding out chairs and
Yeah.
Nems.
They do it.
Nims?
Yeah.
No shit.
I didn't know they had a side podcast now.
Well, they don't market it good enough, but Nems. I'm just letting you know.
I like Nims. I love
I've
Nims.
seen-
I think
I've
Nims is
seen-
funny. Yeah.
He's
don't love him
hilarious.
enough?
Nims reminds me of cakes.
Side talk
Always
has
has
a
something
sidewalk
smart to
talk.
say.
That's
on
tight.
point. Yeah.
Sidewalk
Nip-
talk. That's cool.
Sidewalk
Yeah.
is fire.
They just
yeah.
got folding chairs and they sit on the New York sidewalk and they just talk
That's
to
Bing
a
Bong.
camera.
Nims is Bing
Hey, would it
Bong.
be weird if we
Bing
just
bong.
post it up on
Talk about low
Ekman
budget.
and just do a podcast?
Huh?
Would it be weird if we just posted up on Ekman and do a podcast?
Not at all.
on Ekman?
Not at all.
I don't know. Ekman or we're in front of Liberties.
Bishop, hey,
Cause me and Baby Case go back.
We'd have to
right?
Bishop.
pay the owner,
Hey.
but
Bishop and Tobias.
I'm gonna do a
Bishop,
traveling
yeah,
one.
Bishop with Tobias.
Yeah.
On
Brandy
Brandywine,
Brandywine.
Mikhail? On Brandywine?
not a traveling one. Why don't we
We
just
just take a
take
video,
a
like,
vacation
make a video of like
Yeah,
all
for
and
sure.
record that, like all of us?
Yeah, if you guys did it, like you said,
We
I
can
know.
go-
I know you said you got 6 weeks of an academy
it's
coming
6
up.
weeks of stuff coming
but
up.
after that, if we plan like
My schedule, like I was telling Mikhail, my schedule eventually will be a year out, so I'll know what my
we're not-
days are.
and we're not talking about like a week long vacation.
yeah,
We're talking about like a weekend thing.
Yeah.
Right. Like shoot out on a Friday
Every-
night.
Yeah.
And come back on a Sunday night.
I was
Yeah.
telling Mikhail every couple, like I don't days to mention it, every like 7-10 days, I get like 3 days off,
Just a short trip.
so we can really
and
work
record it
around
all.
and stuff. Yeah, definitely.
We are great content.
content.
He did that in Big Bear, but we weren't really.
But the vlog was good.
Still learning.
The vlog
Yeah,
was good.
We weren't really advanced yet.
It wasn't pod.
Not
but
to
it
mention,
was
we only had
great.
3.
But that's
overall
cool.
of the
It was-
guys.
Dope.
Hey,
So-
It was like one of
any
our first
content
vlogs.
is good content. Like,
But that video, the 25-minute video you put on YouTube was still dope.
Was
though.
that what it was? Yeah.
It was 25 minutes.
It's hard to
It
like
was
capture.
dope.
Like,
You got the
all
whole. You
of
got
our
the
good
whole
stuff.
house. You got when we went out and did stuff.
Yeah.
You got when we showed up and we were
Yeah.
unloading and some ridiculous stuff was
It
said.
was fun.
I like how
You got me saying I'm a grower, not a shower.
Did Santiago go up there with you?
Yes, on.
Oh yeah, he was riding
Right?
with you.
Did Santiago ride
no,
with you?
Cakes rode with me
Yeah.
for most of it, and then when we stopped to get food
Yeah.
at some bomb ass burger place.
Yeah.
What was it called?
Yeah, like off some alley. It was Angry
In Redwood, right?
Yeah.
Redlands.
Redlands.
wow.
It was
But I just thought it was dope. Like
Angry Burger.
that Santiago was like riding shotgun, but
Well, no,
that
so
Santiago
Cakes
was riding
switched out.
shotgun
Cakes
with
was like, I'm
Uncle
gonna
Shell.
go with
Uncle
Daniela,
Shell.
and you take Santi. I'm like, cool.
Yeah.
And then I took Santi, and Santi and I were talking about his future because I'm an old man, right?
Oh.
So I'm like, hey, let's talk about your future.
But
Like,
can
what are
we,
you doing?
can we
I'm
talk
old.
about like how bright of a man-
38 having ass.
Yeah, you
Wait,
shut the fuck up, dude.
can we just hey, hold on. Can we just give some acknowledgement to like Santiago, like a great fucking kid?
Oh, he's killing it. He was telling
like,
me
even dude, that
he was so
Bro.
we had like a 40-minute drive together. We were
Yeah.
going through the
I love
turns,
talking
and I
to that
almost
kid.
threw up. But I was like, hey, what are you doing, man? He's like, oh, I'm doing this. I'm doing. He's super. He's leading like little
he's so fucking
groups
smart.
in his youth
Bro,
group with
Santi
church.
is
and
ahead
then he's
of his
doing
time.
this law enforcement stuff, and then he's doing good in school. And on top of all that, he's a handsome little motherfucker.
Bro.
I was gonna
He's a handsome little
I was
motherfucker.
gonna say that.
Bro, Santi, that
Dude.
boy,
Hey.
bro, that boy,
That dude's pulling right
bro,
now.
I get
He's gonna be a
he's gonna
Pulling
be
killer.
a
for
problem.
Christ.
Gonna be
Killer.
a problem.
Whoa.
He was using ChatGPT
Hey,
before
you
it was the thing.
gotta watch out for
He
that
was,
boy.
he's so
Yeah,
advanced.
that dude.
He reminds me of, like-
the old saying is he's a heartbreaker, not him,
No.
because he's gonna
He's
treat
a good
women
boy.
right.
Gonna
He's a
treat
good
him
boy.
right.
He's a
Because
heart
he has the sisters.
saver.
Cakes.
Oh,
That was gay.
What is it?
Can we shout out your son? Can we shout out your son? Let's
I know.
just shout out your
Shout
son.
out Santi.
Let's shout out
Hey,
Santiago.
that man-
right
Shout out to you and Daniela.
now. Yeah,
Let's
shout him
out.
yeah. Santiago, I love
Santi's
that
a
boy.
good kid.
That's
I
a
do-
great kid.
I do have a serious question. Hearing that, what is it like, kind of parenting
You're gonna go there.
someone that's not necessarily yours?
You son of a
That's a
bitch.
good question.
no, but it's a good question. It's a serious
It's a good question.
That's
It's a
real.
good
especially for us.
That's real shit.
Thank
Like
you.
we deal with that.
Thank you. Here at the You Don't
Yeah.
Say That podcast,
Yeah,
we do
no.
pride ourselves
Yeah.
on being professional and asking really good questions.
Yeah.
So, a really good question.
That's
A really good question.
You said that so fast.
A really good question.
Should have sent
What
a
do his
waiver.
toes look like?
If you guys want us to shout out any brands or let us know, we'll be happy to shout you guys out. We're willing to work with anybody.
We wanna
Literally
know-
anybody.
we want to know.
professional.
Just
we
kidding,
want to know
just
what.
kidding. Just kidding. But
No,
seriously,
you
yes.
didn't.
Hey, let him finish his question.
No, you didn't.
Just
Bleep
kidding.
that word, please.
What'd you say?
You son of a
Yeah,
bitch.
no, we gotta bleep that out. We gotta bleep that out.
Who's toast?
You're out of your
Never.
mind.
Wouldn't know.
Yeah.
That's disrespectful to his wife, dude.
No, it's
Why did-
way
what-
before her.
No.
Hold on.
Let me
Did
finish
you
his
ever
question.
see her?
No,
toes?
if there's ever time to
We
cut him off,
lost
it's now.
control.
Okay,
Have you ever
how
seen
is
her
it being
toes?
an amazing stepfather? How
All right,
about that?
back
Let's
to
go there.
Back to professional journalism.
Oh, like you guys don't want to know.
Yes, we all want to know, but
You want to know?
of course we do, but that's not something.
What the fuck?
I don't want to know. I want to hear the answer
We all
to this
have our
question.
vices. We all have our vices.
wants to know. Well, these fucking guys.
We all have our vices.
We
You're
have
out of your
derailed.
mind right now.
We have derailed.
So my son,
Anywho.
he's not biologically mine. I started dating his mom when he was like 2.5. So his biological father,
Piece of shit.
was very inconsistent from the beginning, and then
Fuck.
there was a
him.
point in time where he just completely fell off. So which allowed me to step in fully into that dad role, and it's been amazing. Honestly, he's such a kind-hearted kid. He has such a big heart, just like and it's been an absolute honor, man, to be able to help raise him. And he I had to sit down with him.
Recently?
He's put up with some shit.
Like last July.
Yeah.
Because like being in the faith now has really helped me see things a little differently. And like I'm pretty sure it's no secret, you guys all knew this, like my parenting ideas, my parenting methods were really harsh. Because of the way it was
Very strict,
I
very
myself
strict.
was
No,
brought
yeah,
up.
Very
but
strict.
that's all
And
you knew.
So
Yeah.
I try to implement those same methods and ideas, which
You were kind of a dick.
completely opposite.
Shut
of
up,
the way
Adrian.
my wife was brought up. So we butted heads a lot on what I thought should have been like a punishment or a correction method, and obviously a lot of it was physical. You know.
Talking about whoopings type thing?
Yeah, like whoopings, spankings, and stuff like that. You know,
We all had whoopings.
Corporal punishment.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah, there you go.
Right? Were you pro punishment? Like physical? Like
corporal
pro-
punishment.
like
What does what does that mean? What does corporal mean?
Biblically, the Bible does say like, don't spare the rod, right?
Right.
And so it is like even in the Word of God, to
Stop.
discipline your kid.
Stop.
You're wrong.
And
Stop.
you know, don't spare the rod, which means just be hard when you have to. In certain areas. My idea then, I had misinterpreted that by being hard all the time.
Sure.
Yeah.
It sucks to be hard all the time.
So I had honestly, man, I had great men around me, with you guys, that you guys from time to time would kind of check me a little bit and be like, hey, bro, like, are you sure? Like, you got this? Like,
That's a very big topic. For
Yeah.
us, for you, because me and Rick would talk to you about it. Hey, bro, like you're kind of hard on something, but we never wanted to cross that
yeah,
line.
you guys never wanted to
To-
overstep boundaries.
Exactly, because that at the end of the day, that's you
I remember
raising
one time we
your
went out
son.
for ramen.
Yeah, and
It
that was
in
us.
the middle of the week. It was like
That was a
Wednesday.
random time,
Yeah.
just the three of us.
Ramen, and
Yeah.
you guys were like, hey.
But that was your brother being like, yo, like we feel.
But
like
you always
might-
knew too, like you're taking on a big role.
yeah.
Yeah.
Me,
It just
obviously,
needed some fine tuning.
Right.
That's all it was. It was fine tuning.
for me, it came and it was coming from a point where I met my stepfather when I was 5. My mom has been with him since.
Yeah.
My father was always in my life, but I was mainly living with my mother, which meant I was raised by my stepfather a lot. Granted, I would have never gotten to basketball. I would have never really been into sports if it wasn't for that man. A lot of things. I even followed that trade.
Yeah.
I became a truck driver. My stepfather taught me all of those things, how to be a hard worker. A lot of that came from both parents, from both fathers, but seeing that early on, how Cakes wanted to also implement just, this is how you become a man, or this is how, you do things as, it should be done. It's very big to take on that role. It's not easy. Some people don't do it or don't want to do it.
You're taking on the responsibility.
You're taking on the responsibility of a human that is not yours.
That's not an easy
You did
thing to
not do nothing to create that child, but that child is here and now he's in your life, and you open the doors. and you created. Look at how again we just hyped up Santi. Santi is an amazing kid. Again,
great kid. Great
Like,
fucking
You had a
kid.
big part of that.
you are a big
the
part.
part of
You are
that.
the part of
Not
that.
to take
biggest
away from
part of that.
Daniela.
What'd you say, two and a half?
Not to take away from anything from Daniela.
Nah, yeah.
When I first.
How old is he now?
Now he's 14.
Yeah.
Bro, that's
14.
That's basically his whole
Yeah.
upbringing.
Yeah, you're
2 and a half. He don't remember 2 and a half.
11
so
that's
you've
11
been the
11
only
and a half
thing.
years.
Yeah. Yeah, the first time. Yeah.
Yeah.
What did he say though? What did he say?
He said, "Mira mi cola."
Mira mi cola.
We sat
It
down
was
on the
his
couch.
dick.
We were watching The Simpsons. Daniela was in the other room changing or doing something. He was wearing his Spider-Man costume that he used to go to sleep in.
This is so
as, like, his
relatable. I love
pajamas.
this.
fuck yeah.
And then he looks at me, and I'm Santiago, you're me, and he looks over at me. He's like, "Hey, what's up? Mira mi cola." And just pulls his pocket.
Respect.
Was that on 4th Avenue?
Respect.
Was that 4th Avenue or was that
They
East Lake?
lived on Imperial Beach.
Hey, hold on.
Oh my god.
All of us have done that to each other at least once.
I did that to Adrian many times when I was drunk.
He
Oh, yeah.
was really excited.
Everybody see my ass.
Yeah.
Everybody see my
Yo,
pancake.
pancake
Pancake
butts.
cheeks.
Yeah,
I
yo,
have
pancake
never-
butt cheeks.
Never.
You look like
You
Frank
never see
Hill
my ass?
from
Bro.
I don't even know if I've seen your ass, but
He doesn't want to.
Hey,
I
my
never
ass-
intentionally
He's flatter
pulled.
than a bass drum on drumline.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Oh, I believe it.
Straight pancakes, baby.
I believe
Pancakes.
it.
All day.
Hot though.
I
Cake.
believe
Hot
it.
Cakes.
I got McGriddle biscuits.
Yeah.
Like that stripper's breast from Body Shop.
Hey.
The stripper that gave Ricky pink eye?
Hey, yo.
Oh my
We,
God.
we cannot confirm or deny.
Hey,
Hold on.
allegedly.
Allegedly, we cannot confirm or deny whether or not
Hey-o.
it was from there or not.
Adrian's
I
been
don't
It
know.
was there. No, it was there.
Okay, well,
We don't know.
to kind of bring us,
Shout out
bring
to
us,
Body
bro,
Shop.
to
First of
kind
all,
of
the
reel
Body
us
Shop-
back in,
The body
to
shop's
reel us
not
back
even,
in,
not even around anymore.
to reel us back in.
Wow.
You've taken a lot of pride in bringing in someone that wasn't your own, and honestly, you've heard it from people that you never told any of these guys to say any of this stuff. But
This
I
is all
mean,
just from,
to
yeah,
kind of
seeing
hear
it.
that how awesome of a kid you helped kind of raise.
Observation.
Like,
It means a lot, and it means a lot, and it's honestly one of the biggest compliments one can get as a parent.
Yeah.
Is when someone else outside of your household tells you like, "Hey, your son, you have an amazing kid. He's very respectful," and just starts throwing out all these compliments about him.
He did call me a dick. He did call me a dickhead one time.
it was probably
Hey, but he
like,
wasn't
He
wrong.
wasn't wrong.
it was probably right.
But I love that
He was
boy.
probably right.
That's my nephew.
And, like, other
That's my nephew.
parents and just leaders at church. They praise him, and it's a big compliment as a parent. So I really appreciate that. Thank you guys.
Of course.
It was honestly one of the best decisions I ever made
Right.
in my life was to start dating a woman that had a kid already.
Yeah.
At 23.
And we
she
were
was
kids.
21, I was 23, and just knowing.
3?
And that's one of the things my mom actually really, really like instilled in my head of like if you're I guess the illustration she gave me was like, hey, like if you gonna take the hen, you gotta take the chicks.
Right.
Come with the hen.
100%.
Yeah.
She say it in Spanish? Say it.
When she said it,
How did she say it?
he said, si quieres la gallina, tienes que querer a los pollitos igual.
Todo parado.
Yeah. Puro culo.
That's all I heard. That's all I heard.
No, but
Yeah,
that's
you might
that's
wanna
deep
edit
though.
some of that
That's
stuff.
deep though. No,
We
that's
like
deep.
that.
And so that's one thing that really resonated in my head when I was like, really considering dating Daniela. I was like, man, if I'm gonna really like take it seriously with this girl, like I really have to take into consideration that she has a son, and what kind of man am I gonna want to be to her and him. And
That's
so
what scares.
although
That
I
scares
wasn't
me.
perfect, I was far from perfect. I am far from perfect. I did have these ideas, which in some cases helped keep him on the straight and narrow, and in other cases really, caused some friction in my marriage. Because I was really stubborn, and I was like, hey, this is how I was raised, and like how I turned out, I was fine. So this is how we gonna do it with him. And she was, quite the opposite. She was like, no, we're not gonna do it that way. We should do it this way, or I think we should be doing it this way. And so yeah. But recently, I want to say maybe within the last month or two, she did bring up the fact that she is grateful for me.
Fuck yeah.
Because
yeah.
she sees him in middle school now. He's 14 years old. He's gonna be 15. He's about to go into high school.
He's a great young man.
So he
Young
sees
man.
Young man.
Other middle school boys.
Oh, yeah.
in the same grade in the same school, and
You
the way
can tell they didn't have that at home.
And she looks at Santiago,
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
after all these years, man, after all these years of back and forth, and really, her contesting my hard, parenting methods and ideas and ways, and the hard hand, you know what I'm saying, to really stay on top of him, and keep him respectful.
Right.
After all those years of going against what I was trying to do, which, don't get me wrong, it was effective, and it did really help me change my point of view.
You were learning. You were
do
learning
things.
as you were going.
But she thanked me. She said, "I'm so grateful for you, because I see all these other kids in the same in his grade, and thank you, because I think if it wasn't for your ideas and your parenting methods and what you came in with, what you came into the relationship with, I don't know. I think I might have been too soft on him.
Did you
Right.
cry?
I think I might have been too lenient.
Did you cry when
and
you heard
he might
that?
have gotten out of hand, like some of these kids are.
I think it's a healthy balance.
Go to the,
No.
when you heard that, when you heard some sort of appreciation for all the hard work you did you cry?
It did.
I
put
would've
my
cried.
heartstrings,
I've never heard that in my
I
life.
get a little choked up because I'm like, wow, whew, finally.
Right, yeah.
See it.
Some
Finally,
gratification.
you see what I've
for
been,
sure.
why I am the way
But
I
in
am.
return, I also thanked her
For sure.
because
It's a healthy balance.
Yeah.
if it wasn't for her really putting her foot down in a lot of these things, that I
Those
was trying to
moments. Yeah.
implement with him,
Support.
honestly, bro, I think I might have gone too far
Right.
at times.
Right.
You might have
You
gone
definitely
too
did.
hard and pushed them away.
Yeah, I might
So
have gone too hard.
she
did.
softened the blows almost. I think it's a beautiful balance.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And so last July, we went to a marriage getaway with the Rock Church to Palm Springs, and we were in a great place before we went to the marriage getaway. And so we went. It was a whole weekend deal. Stayed at the resort. We went through all the motions and everything. Did all the activities. Came back on the way back down. I don't know. I think God put it in my heart to really want to sit down and have that conversation with him, and just simply apologize.
Right.
Apologize now, and not wait for him to become an adult, and then for him to want to have that talk with me
Mm-hmm.
and tell me like,
Yeah,
hey,
you got ahead of
you
it.
really
You got
messed
ahead of
me
it.
up at times. Like, you
Right.
really did this, and you really made me feel this type of way, and I didn't appreciate it, and I have trauma because of that.
Right.
So before that even
Became a
becomes
thing. Right.
I had to sit down with him and I said, look, I'm sorry. For lack of better words, you were like our guinea pig
Right.
Yeah.
and our
Very-
parenting ways.
Right.
because
Yeah.
I was 23. Your mom was 21 when we got together. We had completely separate, different ideas.
Different
of how to
lives
raise
completely.
Ideology.
Yeah.
Very
She was
different
a
lives.
single mom when we first started dating, and I just went into details and
Right.
really just broke it down and explained it to him, and I made it very clear. I'm not justifying what I did and how I did it.
Right.
However, I do recognize it and I do apologize and I'm sorry.
That's dope.
And I was like, I'm sorry because we did not know how to be parents.
Nah.
There
Must have meant a lot to him though.
I hope
To
it
feel
did. I
acknowledged.
don't know. Maybe it
Just to
did.
feel
You know what
acknowledged.
though?
Yeah.
That's not something he's gonna forget.
No.
Yeah.
He's 14 now. He's never gonna forget that conversation.
Mm-hmm.
When he's maybe 25, 30 years old, he'll realize
understand
it.
the depth.
He will understand
The
it.
depth.
I've had moments with my stepfather where it's like
You'll never forget.
there's been
Yeah.
times where
good and bad.
we exactly good and bad.
Yeah.
I was his employee. That shit got rocky. I went and left and I became a truck driver somewhere else. And it was tough, because I felt loyal to him and I was like, why am I going to let this go? It was something that I probably could have created something. Hey, let's build this into something bigger, but having that relationship early on and having stepfather, obviously, yes, my dad was in my life my whole life. Not always the most perfect relationship with my real father, but my stepfather was always there. And there was a couple moments where it was like, there was a moment where I was a dickhead teenager, and I was like, "You're not my dad. You don't get to tell me shit." And you know what happened? I went home, and my real dad scolded my ass and said, "He's more your dad than anybody."
Shout out.
Like, it still gets me to this day. I apologized to him once, but it always gets me. Like,
I remember
that man is my father as much as my father is. So when you became a stepfather, it was always like, I always had that with you because that shit's real. It's not easy to take that role.
And what you just said right now about the conversation you had, you didn't have to apologize to him, but you did.
Yeah.
And what you just did,
A lot of parents don't do that.
no, they're too big to do it, right?
They're too big,
prideful,
or they don't
too
know
big.
how to
And
communicate.
I'm not a parent, so I'm sorry. I'm not like
It
you
takes
guys.
a lot to
You
apologize.
guys
It
all
takes a
have
lot to
way more
communicate.
experience in this, but what you
Yeah.
just did
Yeah.
for that young man
Yeah.
was you allowed him to know that that's okay in the future.
Right.
For him
It's okay to
to
make
admit
mistakes.
his
For him to make
faults
mistakes
it's
and be
okay to make
vulnerable.
and make it right.
Yeah.
You just set the groundwork for him.
Mm-hmm.
You know how big that's going to be for him in his life going forward?
For him to know, hey, it's okay. I fucked up.
It's
You know
okay
what?
for this
I
guy
can go better.
that I
can be
look
better
to
than this.
for my advice and
Right.
my father figure. He just told me he was wrong.
Again,
not-
it's
he
gonna
apologized.
take
I could do that with my
years for that
kids.
to come through.
That's
but
how-
he's
Damn,
gonna
brother.
remember that.
I didn't have that.
But is
I
that-
didn't have that.
Is that not how we all look at Uncle John?
That's how
In
I
a
was.
sense,
made-
yeah, for
Uncle
sure.
John made
In a
some
sense,
mistakes.
yeah.
Yeah, I'd say
But that was our
yeah.
like base
Yeah.
of like, oh, you want to be a father? You want to be involved? You
You
want to be
showed
this?
that young man
like,
compassion.
Yeah,
that
Yeah, man.
Uncle
Yeah.
John was that vision for us.
You showed
I'd
that
say
young man
like
compassion.
on behalf of the group, let's give it up for all the stepfathers out there
Right.
that like
Yeah,
go
fuck
about
yeah.
and handle their business.
Fuck yeah.
Eddie and who made impact with Ricky.
Yeah.
We do Uncle John. Everybody who was involved with that.
Yeah.
Shout out to you
Any
guys.
father
Love you
figure in
guys.
any young man's life, like, it's needed.
It matters.
You know, it
dude.
does
Yeah.
matter.
It very
And
much
it-
Some
matters.
guys,
should-
unfortunately, don't have any.
And it shouldn't be a deterrent for
Nah.
anybody who approaches
No.
someone
No.
that
Not at all.
has a kid. You can make a big impact with
Oh,
somebody.
my son fucking loves you more than he loves me.
Yeah, that's true.
Shout out
And
Ricky.
you.
Yeah.
Well,
And,
that's only because Rick has a full head of hair.
Oh, he loves
True.
Uncle. He knows.
Respectable.
He
But
knows.
he knows
we're
that-
gonna go hang out with Uncle Sal. We're gonna get good food.
Till this day,
He knows we're gonna go with
till
his
this
Vino.
day,
Fire.
He knows we're gonna go
little
with Vino.
man,
We're gonna go
little
do some
man hits
crazy
me up.
shit.
And
Does he
and
randomly text you?
Yes.
Isn't that shit
He'll say,
awesome?
he'll say
Yeah, I got-
Merry Christmas, Uncle Sal.
Yeah.
Or he'll say Happy Birthday, or he'll like random text.
Hey.
And what I respond to him all the time is, I love you, kid.
I get
How are you
texts
doing?
of
Good.
this fool passed out sometimes. Look,
I don't
he's
get
snoring
those.
again. Yeah.
Actually, I got those a couple times, but not anymore. But like he'll just text me like
Random.
you know, like I don't know, like random stuff. Happy Valentine's Day, right? And I'll just be like,
Yeah.
I'd be like, how you doing, kid? He's like, I'm good. I'm like, hey, I love you.
Yeah.
My
You know,
boy's
Nah,
doing
same.
great.
tell your
man.
big headed father I said hi. you
Yeah,
know?
no,
Boy,
same.
My boy's good.
It's
Oh, I
dope,
love that
man.
kid.
And that's even
He
just
knows he has uncles. Like,
Yeah.
He knows his uncles.
even in general, like being a father and having children, the hard parenting, I grew up with that.
Yeah.
You know, so that's why when Cakes was having those moments and we were like, hey man, like that was a little tough. That was a little too much on the nose, you know? Because
Fuck, we had our conversations.
for me it was having
it was hard.
at some points it was a single mom. And my mom didn't let me get away with a fucking thing. You know, if you
Bro.
my uncles now, like Carmela will do some shit and I'll say something like, hey, like anything, like just don't do that.
Yeah.
And I'll say it in a tone. My mom's like, don't tell him anything. Like, what the fuck? Like,
you got to remember too. Like
I'd get the backhand 10 times before I even knew what happened.
But
Like,
we're all men.
but-
right? Like
yeah.
we're all men. Me and Cakes would have our debates
Yeah.
about like, hey, you were mean to Santiago, and he'd be like, you were too nice to Julian, and we would have our like,
Yeah.
hey,
You
but
guys, I
you know
remember
what?
that was a
Like,
thing that you guys had to
no,
stop
it-
talking about.
It was a thing. It was
Yeah.
like, you know what? I love you. You're my brother. Like,
But this
I
is
will
where
never
that's a
speak on your
boundary.
parenting.
We can't talk about
don't
that.
speak on my
Yeah.
parenting.
Yeah.
And what's
And that
ironic
was
is
it.
what's
We drew a
ironic
line.
is
No, we
drew a
We
line.
definitely
Yeah.
drew a line because I thought he was wrong and he thought I was wrong. I would think he was right. He would think I was right, but we would never.
and the
see
irony is they both turned out to be
that.
amazing
they're
kids.
both
Awesome
amazing kids. Both
Dude.
amazing kids.
Crazy.
So who had it right?
Yeah,
Exactly.
You both had it right.
There's
Who had it
no
right? The kids had it right.
There's no playbook.
Madalena had her right.
No playbook.
No wrong.
Right. That's what I'm
No,
getting
right
at.
now, Madalena does no wrong.
I guess what I was trying to avoid was him having his Novo moment.
Right.
Right.
But
That's
that's
gonna
also
happen regardless.
That's also a
Nobody should
growing
have
point,
that.
though.
Like,
Nobody should have that.
It's
You have a
gonna.
cup,
Aiden and I don't have.
That's a tough thing. You want to avoid a lot of things,
But he's gonna have his moment.
but those things are gonna happen.
You gotta let it experience life.
You know,
dude.
I know now as an adult, I know why my mom was tough. She was 16 when she got pregnant with me.
Damn.
She did not want those things to happen again.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, she didn't want it a cycle of let's try that. She was hard on my sisters too. My
That's why you
sisters
just
was
did a whore.
my
You
sister.
dated a great
I
woman.
found an amazing woman, and
Puro Mexicana.
yeah, she
Green
makes
card to the
tortillas y
death.
todo. Let's go.
I got a pressing
I know,
question.
Carmela or Mikhail got us.
We've made our way back.
There we go.
We've made our way back.
It always works that way.
It does. It's
What's that term? What's it called?
Serendipitous.
Philosophize, right? Philosophize.
That's a good one. But that's
Well, no,
when
that
you
is-
like. Isn't that when you like
Serendipitous is like when you ironically come back to the thing.
come
that
back
we
full
were-
circle
yeah.
in a sense?
I have a question that has been in the front of my mind since we spoke about one of my favorite fun facts about you.
Okay.
And a topic that came up on our last episode was are men or are people too afraid to be alone or be with the wrong person? And the question in the front of my mind when I heard that,
Right.
how did you know so young that Valerie was the right person for you?
Honestly, bro, I've asked myself that question a long time. I guess I like
So we got a good answer.
yeah, it's
You didn't
know.
know.
Obviously,
You
like
figured
when
it
you,
out.
like I was gonna mention that earlier. Like I don't know, like when you mentioned these two being single and us being married and having children.
Yeah.
I do not know how these fools can
Be single?
be single.
Why?
I just wouldn't know how. I guess being in a relationship for so long,
Yeah.
I don't know how I would do it now.
Yeah.
I don't want to go searching. Like I don't want to try to find somebody again. Let alone introduce somebody to my kids. That's gonna take the longest. Sorry, but my daughter is too precious for anybody.
Sure,
You are not just gonna come meet my daughter.
For
And-
whatever reason.
Yeah, just because. Like,
How I feel about my local chon.
yeah, it's just not.
So for
But-
a guy that's worried about finding the one, you found the one so soon.
I
How
knew
does
early
one
on.
find that?
Obviously, I met her when I was 12. We fully started dating when we were like
been fat.
end of 13. Watch your mouth, okay? Anyways, we met early on, very young. We were children, you know.
Yeah.
That's kids. We were
12 is
kids.
a kid.
12 is a kid, bro.
Hey, when did I
Kid.
meet you? When did I meet you? Eagleton's class. When you punched that kid in the face.
You hit a kid.
Yeah, he likes doing a lot of
No,
work for
Baby
me.
Cake smacked the kid in the
We're the
face.
same age. I didn't hit a kid now.
No,
Same,
no,
like,
we
we're
were
the same
in
age then.
the day I met you was when you punched that kid in the face for making fun of your mom.
Hey, you don't make fun of Maria. That's why.
No, we make fun of Maria. We call her Maruchan.
This guy.
You called his mom Hulk Hogan one time.
That was not me.
That was you.
That was not me.
was you.
Hey, I'm in love with Maria, so I would never talk to her like
Priscilla. Shout out.
that. Watch your mouth. Hey, watch. Yeah, I'm gonna send this link to Josh. See what happens.
You just bring a lot of work.
I know.
No, it's Macau. Macau that in it.
No, but
Yeah.
Sorry,
but
Macau.
finding
I'll remember that. I'll remember
finding that one early on, like I guess because I knew I wanted to find a wife or somebody that I can build a life with. Like, you know,
that. You were intentional at
At
12?
12?
not 12, but I knew.
7.
I don't know. I don't know what. It's just like something that
You
was
don't
in
like
the
to lose.
back of my head. It's not that I was losing. Finding the person early on that I can spend my life with
Yeah.
was always something that was there. And again, it could be seen how my grandparents were always together, and they knew each other from when they were children, like 5, 6, 7 on the street playing. You know, they obviously grew
Bro,
and they
you
became
guys
something.
just got along though.
We did,
guys
like
always
we
have-
did, and obviously
Your
there
fights
was
were never big fights.
there was ups, there was downs, there was breakups, there was
right.
fuck you, I'm never talking to you again. And I made sure that when I got that second chance,
Yeah.
I was not gonna fuck up. I think I knew I wanted something early on. Like, okay, yes, I wanted this, this, and this. But also, once things went south and then I got that second chance, I knew for sure. Because you know, it's like what they say, you don't know what you have until it's gone.
Mm-hmm.
It left me. Like, you know, I did everything in my power to make it leave me. So when it came back, I'm not losing it. I'm keeping it, and I'm gonna do everything I can to maintain that.
Yeah.
And that's why, again, full circle back to Arizona. I knew I had to make that jump for our marriage, whether it lasts 3 years or forever. You know, we did kind of put a 2-year, 3-year window on it to see what happens. I don't know if I'm gonna ever come back to San Diego. Who knows?
But you're never leaving Valerie.
But that person's never gonna
That's your
be.
person, bro.
Yeah, there's no way that's
Valerie
not
is
gonna
that
be.
person.
Yeah. And I don't know. It just finding that early on was a thing, and I didn't want to lose that.
To bring this to a close and kind of liven up the mood.
Jesus.
We haven't done this.
We
haven't done our fucking shit yet.
I have 2 segments we're gonna go over.
Let's do it.
Okay.
One, cause Saul has brought a gift. Saul, do you want to tell us what that gift is?
I don't know if we want to do this at this point. I feel like we should have done it earlier. But yeah, we can talk about it. We can talk about
We
it.
don't have to do it 100 times like at my birthday. We could do it one time.
Just tell us what it is really quick.
Okay. Yeah. Let me
Explain what it is.
All right. So we all knew we were going to do this podcast maybe a month out.
Give or take. Yeah.
Give or take, right? A month out.
Roughly.
We were all excited. We were supposed to have one more brother with us, but he's not here tonight.
Fucking Richie.
Hopefully, hey, we love you. Hopefully you'll join us for the next one
Next time.
because you're definitely part of this family. And so as soon as this went out, I'm like, we got to do something, right? So I ordered smelling salts, and there's 2 smelling salts in particular that we all have heard about, which was the Juju Mufu.
Yeah.
And well, we all knew about that. At my work, I was interacting with some team members. So I run 2 different departments, and one of the departments that I run was I went into the office and they said, "Hey boss, you got to try these smelling salts." And I'm like, "No, I'm good. I have meetings all day." No, you got to try it. And I'm like, "No, I'm good." And they said, "Oh, okay. Well, basically you're a pussy." I'm like, "Wait, what?"
Oh.
Yeah, you don't. Yeah, not when I'm in a suit and tie. You don't call me a pussy when I'm in a suit and tie.
Nobody makes me bleed my own blood.
Nobody makes me bleed my own blood.
I've never been caught a pussy.
So I said, "Where are you at? What do you got there? What do you got there?" And he said, "These are some smelling salts from a company called Zone smelling salts." And I said, "That's nothing."
I don't know. Everybody has zone. Everybody has zone.
Right. I said, "I've done Juju Mufus because we did it at Rick's Pad a while back
Little
ago."
mofos.
And he said, "Yeah, I know about Juju Mufus. These are 3 times stronger than Juju Mufu." I said, "No, they're not." So long story short,
Wow.
so real quick, rude. I'll tell everybody real fast. We've done these before at Rick's Pad. At Rick's Pad, we did the Juju Mufu smelling salts, which are supposed to be the strongest smelling salts in the
Technically, yeah.
world.
You've done this before?
Yes, I bought them.
No, I've never
Yeah,
smelled
we,
a smelling salt.
It fucking hurts so good.
It's pretty weird, the feeling. It's pretty
Yeah.
intense, but it does make you want more. I would not suggest doing it
More
3-4 times.
Why are you not holding your mic?
Because it's just they're great.
the belly's holding.
Yeah, it's good.
Pretty sure it kills.
Yeah.
So-
it says on there only do it once in
So-
like a certain amount of time.
Oh my god.
We did it about 5 times.
So we did it at Rick's, right? And
Bad.
and I thought that was the strongest thing in the world.
Oh my God.
And then at work, I was introduced to something that was supposedly stronger
3 times you said?
than 3 times stronger than what we did. And I said, "What was that?" And then they showed a scale, which we can bring up later.
Sure, you'll send it
But
to me.
this, yeah, I'll send it to you. The scale basically showed the smelling salt that I did at my work.
You said you were fucked
on
up.
the job.
I had 6 meetings after I did smelling salts, and the rest of the day, my left eye was bloodshot red, and everybody thought I was smoking weed. And I said, "No,
that?
I just had one of my team members give me smelling salts," and they said,
Had
"Why
to
would you do it?" And I
explain
said,
that to everybody.
because I ain't no bitch, right?
bitch.
Yeah, I roll with my team.
Yeah.
I fucked
I
myself
rise
up.
with my
Dick game ain't weak.
Yeah, it is. It is at times. It is at times. So, yeah.
Hey,
so,
he's tired a lot, so yeah.
hey, you shut your mouth. I'm 38 years old. You son of a bitch.
38 years old.
All right. So I said, what?
You even bad dick?
All the time, dude. All the time. So I asked him, I said, "What did you give me?" He said, "This is what I gave you." And I said, "I'm going to buy that because I have a podcast coming up with my buddies." And he said, "No, if you're going to buy something, buy this." And I
So
said,
it wasn't even that one.
no, I said, "What is that?" And he's like, "This is stronger than what I just gave you."
Yeah.
No, he's sick. He's Asian. So fast forward to what I have in my hands right here. Case, can you help me out and hold this real quick? So I went ahead and purchased it, and I think this is on camera, right?
You're sick. We're gonna throw up.
All right, so we got I'm gonna show it to the camera. Zone smelling salts.
Fuck Zone.
Zone
I'll fuck
as
everybody in Zone.
ZONE. In case you're interested in losing brain cells.
So disappointed right now.
And Rick said he was gonna start.
Okay, we can do that. Might as well.
Cue the blade music.
Cue the blade music.
Oh man.
Should I put
All right, so this is supposedly.
Yeah, cue.
Hey, Mikhail, I'll show you later the scale. This is the strongest one. It's called.
Wait, the
root
one
beer.
you showed me was red.
Yeah, no, this is stronger than red.
Yeah.
Dog.
Yeah. This is called root beer.
Hey, is that a sticker in there?
Oh God! Just smell that. Just smell that real quick. Just hit that real quick.
All right. How about
Through the bag.
this
And
is
the
closed.
container's not open.
This is closed.
Back in the day.
you got a permagon? You never had a permagon.
All right, so I'm gonna stand up and I'm just gonna
Bring it.
go around
Let's
the
do
room
it.
real
All right,
quick.
hold on. Smelling salts, according to ChatGPT,
Okay.
are used to revive consciousness or to provide a quick boost of alertness.
Hold on. Give it to Adrian first.
All right.
He's all fucked up
They
right now.
contain ammonium carbonate,
It'll wake him up.
which releases ammonia gas when opened.
Fuck.
The strong smell irritates the nasal passages and lungs, triggering
I got good ass
an
lungs.
inhalation reflex
My inhalation
that
game is
increases
crazy.
the breathing rate and
Hey,
alertness.
breathe. Take a deep breath.
Yeah, my inhalation.
All right, so
Wow.
just gonna get the camera if I
Wow.
put it right there.
Go ahead,
Zone
put it
smelling
up,
salts.
put it in the camera.
Okay, there you go.
Let's do this.
And
I'll do it
How
first.
are we doing this? We're
Cue the
just
music. Cue the music.
we're just gonna take a
Dun,
lift.
dun, dun, dun.
you
Wait,
add
can
it?
you play music?
Oh, you
Mikhail?
can't really play it.
Give me that shit right there. No, the little controller,
No controllers.
Oh, here we
Yeah,
go.
give me
Yeah.
that shit.
Mikhail
Hold on,
knows
wait.
what
What's the
he's-
music?
Like
cue?
producer of the year
I'm
right here.
producing the fucking
That's
millennium.
what the fuck I'm
mofo.
saying. You know what I'm saying?
I don't
Fuck
play.
yeah.
Even like a metal
Fucking
top.
Saul.
I don't
over
play.
here.
spin it off and then just take a hit.
Is it already?
I don't play.
sealed?
We make shit happen.
Oh, yeah.
Under
What does the
that?
You got
producer
fucking
do?
Saul
We
over
make
here.
shit happen.
Yeah, with the fucking painted hoodie over here.
What do producers do? We make shit happen.
Did you do it?
What's the blade song?
Did you
Hey,
do it? Because your eyes are watering.
No, I didn't do it. No, I didn't do it.
You're a liar.
I'm
You're a
not.
liar.
Can I, full disclure?
Yeah, you did a little bit.
No, I
You
didn't
did a little
put it
bit.
up to my nose. I had it like 10 feet away. My right eye is stinging. Does it look bad?
It looks like you got pink eye.
Dun,
Okay, my right eye is stinging.
Like,
it was like 10
hey,
feet away.
like Ricky at the strip club. The first time. we went.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Does this eye look bad? No, I'm fucked right now. I didn't even put it up to my nose. Go ahead, hit that.
Oh, I need the theme music, dog.
That's it.
Look at the head. Look at the head going.
That's
the
it.
head's going.
How did Joey do it? How did Joey Diaz do it?
Oh, okay, I get it now.
Hit that, Rick.
I get
Hit
it.
that, Rick.
I get it. Okay.
You weren't even close. Hey,
so
hey!
far.
You weren't even at your. You were like 10 feet away.
No.
Go nose. Go nose. Go nose.
What?
Go nose. Migo. He was
Oh
like
my
this.
God.
He was like this. I swear to God.
No, bro.
Nose. Hey, come on.
He likes it.
Back for more. Bring it over here. What is that?
Hit that. Go nose deep. Go nose deep.
Oh, go deeper.
Hey, you are such a little bitch.
Oh, my God. Oh, God.
What is that?
Oh, my God.
Oh, I feel that in my chest. You do a second one to feel it. Oh, yeah.
Hey. Can I show you pussy's how it's done? Pussy.
I'm crying. Oh my God.
No. Ain't no way.
I don't even know how to describe that.
Close that bitch.
Where's the lid at? I'm gonna
It's
throw
still
up.
in my nose.
I'm gonna throw up.
It's still in my
I gotta
nose.
do one more.
It's still in my nose. Oh, you're in there! Oh, you're in there! Oh my God, you're in there. Oh, it's lingering.
No, it stays in the room. Stays in the room.
Okay, so shake. Did you shake?
Oh yeah.
Shook before
shook
use
it good.
zone smelling salts.
Holy shit.
No, dog.
Root beer.
Bad.
What's the brand of this?
Zone smelling salts.
The zone. Okay, zone.
Like it's still
Okay.
in your nose.
Okay, I don't know what I mean. I guess if you get knocked the fuck out, it's supposed to bring you back to life. But other than that,
The goal was to get
I've never been knocked the fuck
you
out.
guys are sick fucks for bringing this here.
the goal was to get Juju Mufu and these to compare. But we didn't get Jujumufu, so I'm gonna ask
You ordered
Rick.
them, right? But they didn't come in.
That shit hurt.
I'm gonna ask Rick, and I'm gonna ask, and I'm gonna ask Cakes, and I'm gonna ask you because we all did Jujumufu. I know Macau did. Was that stronger than
That was
Jujumufu?
stronger by far.
That shit
I don't
hurt.
know 3
It
times,
It hurt.
but that
head
was
hurts.
different.
Okay.
Yeah, that was
I
different.
just
I feel like fucking a white girl.
like the whole.
But obviously, and the package. Go ahead.
I'll do
By
another
all
round.
means. All right.
You want to do another round? Let's do it. Come on.
Let me switch
me,
the song
Vic.
for you. Hold on. I got
No. I want this song.
No, I got you. Hold on.
You mean no? Shake it up. Hey, Miklo, shake it up real
Shake
good.
it up,
and then
shake it
give
up.
to me. No, you shake it up and then you take it off and put it in my nose. Shake that up.
What song am I playing?
No. I want the blade.
Schnauzer, dude. Schnauzer on the sniffer. This guy.
Go.
Hey,
Go.
weird.
Give it to me. Give it to me.
No. Hell no. Get him, Macau. Get him, Macau. Give it to him. Give it to him.
What's wrong with your eyes?
Wait.
They're hurting.
Breathe.
Oh my god, Rick. God, put away.
No, you almost made him throw up. Oh my god.
You guys understand some? He had the mic in one hand and the drink in the other. He couldn't stop.
Last time. Hey, pass it. Oh, you sick. Give it a Rick. Give the cap to Rick. Give the cap to Rick.
Got it. Relax.
Good one, Rick.
One more for the fan. Episode 1, baby.
Go all the way.
Episode 1. Yeah.
All right, let's retire it.
Thank you guys. We have one more segment, and we'll be out of here.
Now I know why that was so. Now I know why that was $50.
Yeah.
So
You ever come on some girls'
Hey, enough.
You just said reel it in.
What about wedding ring?
I got a couple clips I'd love to share with the group, and I want their honest,
Enough.
candid reactions. I have this content creator. I think her name is Cass Diaz. We're gonna find out a little bit about her here in a second, and I want to know what the cast thinks about.
You're on camera. Enough.
Cass.
God, dude.
Are you guys ready?
Yes.
All right, everybody quiet, please.
So professional.
All right, hold on. Sorry.
Oh,
I know I don't wipe my ass, and
please
it
don't tell
stinks
me-
when I walk
Hold
past
on.
in public.
Wow.
But there is no reason for you guys to be making this
she knows.
face when I walk by. I see you doing that,
Whoa.
and it makes me feel like shit. So not only
You
am I
think?
smelling like shit, I'm now feeling like shit because you don't know how to control your face. And everybody's
it's
always
my
talking about how
problem.
disgusting it is that I don't wipe. But you know what? If the Lord wanted me to wipe my ass, He would have built in toilet paper into my body, and He
Hold on.
didn't. The smell of doo doo is actually supposed to be a pheromone to
flush?
attract
Shut up.
mate.
A pheromone?
But we've gotten so used as a society, we have decided to give into capitalism. We buy this toilet paper, we wipe away our pheromones, and that's why a lot of you have a hard time reproducing, because that actually is supposed to help with your fertility. Do you know all the toxic chemicals that are inside of
You
toilet paper?
gotta relax.
And then think that toilet paper dissolves in the sewer system. So when you wipe, it's dissolving slowly in your butt crack, and it's getting into your bloodstream.
Hold.
So we're supposed to fuck bitches with dirty buttholes?
No, I think she, unfortunately, I'm gonna say this in the nicest way possible.
Retarded.
No, I
Retarded.
don't say that word 'cause my grandma don't like it.
Retarded.
But watch yourself.
This is a person that's out there that needs a little bit of
That's that's
She's
You put this
retarded.
up there.
She's
You're
retarded.
sick.
Hold on.
She's retarded.
That
that's for reals.
she got some. Hey, like she got some shit going on upstairs, man. But
She's got a lot of shit going on.
literally,
The only thing,
And it has
the
been
only
wiped
thing
away.
that she has merit with is that in today's whatever day and age, there's a lot of shit that are endocrine disruptors to your body.
right.
Wait, what does that mean? That's a big word.
Endocrine disruptors. So the
Okay, hold on.
shampoo,
What's the word?
shampoo, deodorant.
Endocrine.
endocrine disruptors.
Endocrine
There's
disruptors.
they're two
okay.
different words. So the shampoo
Endo.
you
What's
use,
is it? Endocrine.
endocrine,
Aldo.
endocrine
Endocrine.
disruptors.
This guy not to be mad at you.
So the shampoo you use, the deodorant you use.
Is that for the fat girls?
Hey, I
There's
swear.
things that you use that have chemicals in it that disrupt your
Oh, another
endocrine
one?
system.
Yeah.
which
Same
means
girl?
which means it lowers like your testosterone. It lowers your fertility.
Yeah.
So I can agree with her. Like, there's a lot of stuff
I
out
like
there.
head and shoulders. Does that fuck my shit up?
Yeah, well, you're clearly
Okay.
you're bald. So yeah.
100%.
So there's a lot of things
my-
out
my
there that are
scalp is
bad for you,
soft.
but this is not that. This is disgusting. And then she gets mad at people for saying, "You can't walk by me and make this face."
She already smells like shit.
Don't walk by me with
Like
a
you smell
dirty-
like shit.
Hey,
When you smell like shit.
Imagine what that car
make her feel
smells
So,
like.
so is that
Okay, my question is,
or is that the basis of this? Like
Hey,
she has,
her car's a smelling salt.
so her car smells like pussy.
No, worse.
no, we're not talking about pussy. We're talking about shit.
Oh,
How?
She doesn't wipe her ass.
Let me
Pete.
ask you
doesn't
this.
wipe her
Let
ass.
me
She
ask
She
you
don't
this.
believe in it.
but is she a Mexican where she puts it in the toilet in the trash? Because paisa bitches.
Hold on.
don't-
This bitch don't look Mexican, son.
paisa
She doesn't
bitches-
wipe her ass
no,
at
but
all.
paisa
There's no
bitches, they put it in the
toilet.
trash
They're
can.
traditional.
They
True,
put it in the trash
true.
can.
She
All right,
doesn't.
I'm
might
asking
put it in
you-
the trash
She
can.
could be from
I'm
Mexico
asking
City.
real
But
quick.
don't ever
You're
put
right,
your fucking
you're
shit
right.
paper in my
Higher
trash
or
can.
lower?
You
Higher or
wetbag
lower?
bitch.
Higher or lower?
Relax.
That's it. Would you eat her
Yeah.
for $10,000? Higher or lower?
No money involved. You're physically sexually attracted to this woman. She comes to your house and, hey, just so you know, I don't know if you've smelled that all day. That's me. I don't wipe my ass.
Nope.
What are you doing?
Higher or lower? 10,000.
What am I doing?
Would you eat it for 10 or would you go higher or lower?
I'm not eating her ass. She just took
So you
shit.
go higher. 20.
I'm not eating her ass. She just took shit.
Okay. Would you eat $5 million?
Yeah.
So then there's a
With
number.
shit on it?
So then there's a number. Would you go lower than $5 million?
You wouldn't? You know how quick it is? You know how quick that is?
Sorry, dog.
Yeah, and you got,
There's no way.
you got hepatitis C, dude.
There's no way.
You got fucking hepatitis B.
From who? Watch your
bitches.
mouth.
All right, you know what?
Alright, well, if that wasn't bad enough,
What's your deal against big girls? Why do
I
you?
love me a big girl. Wait, hold on. Can I,
You
hold
call
on.
women
Can I-
fat
can I-
bitches.
Can I? Can I?
hair.
Boneless hair.
Can I call her back to my? I love.
Don't feed
I
into
love-
this,
I
Miklo.
love.
I love. Shut the fuck up.
I love me a big girl.
Oh,
I
yeah?
love me a big girl.
How
Only
big?
when you, only when you pour White
Yeah,
Claw
but
on
you
her
don't like
face.
to praise them.
I'll praise me a white girl.
No,
big
you
girl.
don't, though. But
No, you don't.
You're praising her right now because you're a little.
You've been around my.
But in normal-
my big girl.
Yeah, you praise it to one guy when nobody's around. Me.
Yeah.
You too. You lucky you a big
All
girl.
right, let's go. What else you got?
Okay, we got another video.
Same broad.
Same broad.
Her hair is not
she's
boneless.
made some cinnamon
help
rolls,
us.
and we're about to find out what they're made of.
Wait. Okay, let's go. Let
I
me
don't
see.
feel like she knows how to cook.
Let's do this.
Can the camera see you?
Oh, yeah.
Can the camera?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. No, he's on camera.
Did you see his face?
Yeah.
That guy's got me. That guy's got me.
Yeah,
Oh my
let's
God.
go.
That's a meme right there.
All right, let's get it.
Fed your child cinnamon rolls made out of their yeast infection and breast milk, would you be upset? My sister's mad at me because I did that. I gave my niece cinnamon rolls made out of my yeast infection, and now she has oral thrush. But I said she wasn't eating anything else. She wouldn't eat anything else I offered her. I offered her mac and cheese. I offered her grilled cheese. She wasn't having any of it. She wanted my yeast infection cinnamon rolls. My sister is convinced that the cinnamon rolls gave my niece oral thrush, but I'm not 100% sure that that's what
I don't
caused
fuck
it.
with white
And there's
girls.
no way for her to
You
prove
know-
I
that.
don't
But
fuck
she's
with white
wanting
girls.
me to pay the doctor
That's what I'm
bill.
saying.
Do
Or
we have a
my niece.
location on this chick?
And I
Like
told her,
where she's
I'm not
from?
doing that.
Hood rat.
I
Cheese.
watched your kids for free. If you
You
wanted,
ran through them all. There's no
you know, to
left, is there?
control what your kids were eating, you could have
This
packed
can't
them
be
a
real.
lunch. And also, you could have found somebody else to babysit them, but they probably would have charged you. I did it for free. So basically, the doctor
That
bill is
don't
you
mean-
paying for me to babysit her. And it's not a big deal. It's like when you bake it, it kills any of
scooped
the
it up.
bacteria and all that. So it's not like it's
It will
anything
grow.
disgusting.
She
You just have to
scraped
work
it
with what I
out of
have. Times
herself.
are
She
tough.
scraped it punani and threw it on the pan.
And mixed it with
Yo, that can't be real.
So gross.
Dog.
That can't be real.
Okay,
So-
again,
but
like
would
I
you eat
said
it?
on the last
Would you
segment,
eat it?
hell the no.
What if
For a
it's your-
price?
What if it was
I
like
don't
your-
care how much it is. I don't care if she's the
You're a
only
liar.
woman on
Oral
earth.
thrush.
lying.
I would
You're a
not
liar.
go.
What if it was like
1
your-
billion.
You know me better than
1
that.
billion.
Nah, dog.
You know how many millions that is?
I don't care.
That's a lot of millions.
The girl of your
Nah,
dreams.
man.
Like the stripper.
Miglo, would
in
you eat it
LA.
for a billion?
Watch your mouth.
Remember the
Thank
stripper
you.
in LA?
Don't try.
Stripper in LA.
I will take.
You
the-
fell.
Hold on.
I'll do it for 500
You weren't
million.
even with me on that
I
trip.
know, but would you do it?
Would I do what?
Would you?
If that one had a stank?
Yeah.
Nah.
No.
The real question
Sorry.
is, do you think she's telling the
Cleanliness
truth?
is
Or
a
is this
real
to get-
fucking thing,
is
son.
this to
Like,
get likes and
Nah.
views? You think she's telling the truth?
maybe, but either
So
way,
do
that's
we
a
think she has a
weird
dirty
road
puss?
to go down. That's a weird aisle to say, hey, this is my
if you think
content.
she's telling the truth, how many fucking pairs of panties do you think she goes through? She has to rip through those underwear.
Destroyed,
Just
stained,
straight
bleached.
holes.
Yeah, nah.
Like,
Dunzo.
I imagine she puts a pair of panties on, incinerated.
Hey, she smells like a smelling salt.
That's
It's
wild.
a wrap, dog.
She incinerates
I'm
those
down for the
panties.
smelling swamp pussy.
What?
You're not down?
Hey, he said
not down?
smelling swamp.
Yeah,
That's what he said.
that wasn't English, but I knew what he meant. He's down for the smelling
You wouldn't go
swamp
back?
pussy.
You wouldn't go back? Say
For
it's the
five-
first-
for
say it's the
500
first
million?
time.
Yeah,
Say it's the
yeah.
first time. You're like, oh, bow, bow. You're like, we go to the Grand.
Go to the Grand.
Yeah, she's like, I like you, you substitute teacher. She gives you the whole pass. And then
Hold on. Did you hold on. You just called me a substitute teacher?
He's talking,
We
he's
fighting.
telling a
No,
real story here.
we fighting
and
for
then
sure.
she's like, yeah, and she takes her pants off, and it smells like.
Relax.
So what's your question?
Wait,
Would
who
you
was
continue?
a substitute teacher?
No.
That
He's
was
calling me a substitute
hey, that
teacher.
was his alias one.
Yeah.
He's a substitute
Have you
teacher.
ever turned down pussy when it got to that point?
I've told
Have
you
ever
about
been-
those stories.
No. I know
Hey,
you.
they had so many.
You've never.
nights
I've
I know
told
without
you've
us.
never
you
been-
about those
you know-
stories.
Wait, so have you ever been like, yo, I can't do this?
So there's one, unfortunately.
never
Unfortunately,
been
there was
that.
one girl that I dated that was a little,
What are you talking about?
a little stanky.
Can I take a
Right?
guess?
No, you cannot. Not on air. And then, and then there was, yeah. Go ahead, take a guess.
I don't know her name, but it was
No, it was
What are you talking about?
no.
dirty, fucking
Well,
dirty.
that comes with what she was.
Well, that comes with this.
White people. get
No,
dirty
but there was
as
a
fuck.
time-
no way.
Yeah.
So long story short, yeah, I'm gonna make it quick because he wants to keep
God.
interrupting. So long story
Captain
short,
Cutoff.
go back to my place. Things are getting intimate, and I go down there with my fingers and pull them back out, and I'm
Did it
like,
smell like armpits?
whoa,
No way.
whoa! It smelled like the beaches of Normandy. Like,
Because I have a
like
friend.
there was a lot of dead men.
Because
There was a lot of dead men on those fingers.
I have a friend.
No, there was a lot of dead men on those fingers.
No, 'cause
a
we-
lot of dead men.
We have a friend.
Hey,
We have a friend.
literal
No,
dead men.
hey, no pun intended. A lot of dead men on those fingers.
We have a friend.
Yeah. No, like literally, imagine storming the beaches, right?
Okay.
And you're just getting fucking machine gunned, right? And just pop, pop, pop. Oh god damn it.
Saving Ryan's private.
Yo, oh god. Nobody was saving my privates.
Privates.
Nobody
yeah.
was saving my privates.
No.
I had to save my own.
Hey,
So what
how'd you
I
smell your
did,
fingers?
so
How'd
what
you
I
smell
did
your
was,
fingers?
so what I did was like, I controlled myself.
No.
And I said,
I kept going.
bitch, you got to go.
I
You
kept
got to
going.
go.
I
And
made
she's like,
some
why? And I'm
dirty
like, I
pussy.
paid for your Uber. I'm tired. I'm tired. I'm not gonna get
Wait,
it.
did you make her call her own Uber, or did you call the Uber for her?
He did it all.
I paid for the Uber, but
Oh,
I
no,
told
I made
him
a
about
girl
it.
download her
I
own
told him
Uber.
about it maybe a couple weeks later. I'm like,
No, you
yo,
didn't.
I hooked
Oh,
up.
1000%.
I hooked up with the girl, and
My
I made her
Wi-Fi
pay
was
for.
bad.
No, I paid for
I
the
could
Uber.
have
But
downloaded the app.
I hooked up with the girl, and like I made her leave because it was rank. It was rank, and I didn't want to like have
See,
my.
this
fall
goes
off.
back to that single life bullshit. Fuck that. I'm sorry.
That's what I'm over. I don't
That's
want to
what
do
I'm
that
saying.
no more.
I-
It's
there's no way.
exhausting, dude.
Yeah.
I'm tired. I'm tired just talking about it.
I told the girl,
How'd you
hey,
smell your
my,
fingers though? Did you do it discreetly?
He didn't have to.
No.
It was like opening the smelling salts. It was just there.
no, baby cakes, baby, go to
Hey,
go to.
show us how you did it.
Can we talk
Can I
about
say
my
how I
dad?
did it? Can I
Wait,
tell you how I did
can we
it?
bring in my?
Oh.
Can we bring
Your
in my
dad's
dad?
story?
My dad?
I learned an old
No,
trick.
no,
I
my
learned an
dad.
old
3
trick.
in a day.
You make them smell it, and if they don't want to smell their own fingers, there's a. You know where I learned that from?
Uncle John.
John.
Uncle John.
He said, "You make them smell it, and if they don't want to smell your fingers after you've been inside of them, there's a serious problem."
Oh my god.
So
Hey.
the first time baby cakes,
Hold
no,
on.
the first time
This
baby
is the
cakes
best
the girl,
party
we went
ever.
back to my house on 8th Street.
Yeah.
On 8th Street,
We were eating,
we got
we were eating
California burritos,
burritos.
and my dad came downstairs, and my dad was like,
opened up a 211.
opened up a 211 and was like, "What are you fuckers, little fuckers doing?" Baby Cakes was like, "Hey Junior, smell my hands."
Oh no.
He had just banged a girl that night.
No.
He told my dad.
You told me
He told
about
my dad,
this.
"Smell my hands." And my dad was like, "What the fuck?" And Baby Cakes was like, "Junior, relax. It's armpits. Relax." And then bit into a California burrito.
Has he been to a Cali burrito?
Oh god.
My dad was like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?" Like, because my dad knew, baby.
And
My
then
dad
he proceeded
knew.
to say, "Fuck you, Junior."
Yeah.
And then he's
And then once that
completely
happened-
flipped.
Yeah.
And then Cakes was like,
I'm sorry, Junior.
"I'm sorry, Junior.
I'm sorry, Junior."
And then he just sat there, eating his
You
burrito.
want
He
my
didn't say a
burrito?
fucking word after.
That was so.
That's wrong.
You gotta remember, like me, Cakes, and Rick, we met the group as like a unit. Like it was a three. We met
Well,
y'all.
Miklo
Hold on.
brought
Yeah.
you all in
Hold on.
together.
Yeah.
Miklo brought me and Cakes in. We brought you
No,
in.
had no
Miklo
initiation.
Nah.
brought me in.
I don't know.
Macau brought me
he
in.
went because
'Cause you got mad at me.
after graduation.
Because
they
he
went to
was.
summer school
That's
together.
what we were beefing. We were beefing when I got
And
broke
then
up.
Kyle invited him to eat Chinese food.
But you were mad at me.
But you had already been hearing about the group.
Yeah, you could
Right.
have, because you would come around. Yeah,
Yeah. But like me, we were. It was
because
more of a Mondo.
me
thing.
and P were like neighbors. So
Right, but me
he
and
was
Cakes,
always
me and
around.
Cakes are always at Mondo's.
yeah,
Sack
yeah.
chaser.
He was a sack
No.
chaser.
No, me and Cakes always at Mondo's with Wendy and Mondo. And then,
Oh, really?
Oh.
Oh,
You're trying to chase some sacks, dude.
my best
gotta
friend.
edit those names out. All right.
It's my
Hey,
best, my best
my
friend.
best friend. All of a sudden.
A funny clip from one of our favorite comics, Shane Gillis.
All right.
No, but this is the podcast. It's a big podcast.
What is it called?
I forget.
Bustin' with the boys.
Busting with the boys. Okay.
Bustin' with the boys.
Awesome clip. I want you guys to
Shout out Bustin' with the boys.
Shout out Bustin' with the boys. You guys ready?
Do it.
Hit us. Miko's on it right now.
Oh, there you go. Shit.
Oh, this is gonna be a wild story.
No, there's no sound.
I don't hear it, but they're talking about. This has to be about white girls at a tailgate. I haven't seen this. I'm guessing right now, Miklo.
It's about Shane Gillis.
Oh.
Back after the Notre Dame Ohio State game, we're all in the car like it's late, and Notre Dame loses, so Shane is legitimately upset. Shane was down bad, and Caleb were driving back, and Caleb's like, man, this is a boring ride back. I need to get this thing going. Shane and I go out because the Taco Bell drive-thru was long as shit, so we had to go to the restroom. Going outside, going to the bathroom, we come back. Caleb moves from the back seat to the front seat where Shane was. It was a peak good bro high school argument. Shane's like pissed that Caleb's in the front seat. He's like, why you got to do this, man?
Don't make a scene. You made a scene. You created a scene. Dude, don't make a scene. Get the fuck in the back, dude. I'll kill myself in this street.
And Caleb's just sitting there like, I'm not
He's so
moving. And
serious.
Shane's like, this is where
He's
you want
dead
to die?
serious.
You want to die
He's
tonight in Taco
Who
Bell
was the most
drive-thru?
like Shane?
Taco Bell,
You
I got-
Cakes?
This is where you want to die.
I think Cakes.
Old Cakes.
I think. Oh yeah.
Old Cakes.
That's a different animal. We can't even
Hey,
bring it up.
in this moment right now, you.
There's a PT Cruiser behind us.
I'm not a fun forcer,
Gazing
dude.
upon me.
I'm not a fun
I'll
forcer.
die right now. Dude. There they fucking blew it.
That's amazing.
Dying Taco Bell drive-thru right now.
Shane's front seat.
Wait, so he got mad. He was just because they took shotgun.
Yeah. Hey,
That's us.
hold
That's
on.
us.
How many times did Sal? Let's go. Shotgun. Like, how many times
Yo,
did
but
we
David
do
Gillis
that?
Fought
But
over
did Shane
shotgun
Gillis
and
say?
Sal's Honda.
Did I hear that right when he said, "Are you willing to die for
Are you
this?"
willing to die for this?
Yes. Me and Baby Kings have fought over Sal's shotgun.
Caleb and Shane played on the same football team in high school.
Okay.
Oh,
Fun
okay.
fact.
Wait, for real?
Well, Caleb was the guy in the shotgun seat.
Right.
Caleb is fucking hilarious.
That's Caleb.
Caleb's
He's the one that
hilarious.
took Shane's.
Right, but the one that Shane said, "Are you willing to die tonight?"
In the Taco Bell
In
drive-thru.
the Taco Bell drive-thru. Are you willing to die tonight at a Taco Bell drive-thru?
Oh my God.
I can't take Shane serious after he says that and then smiles and laughs.
That's fucking Shane right
Matters.
there. Good times.
Definitely.
Okay, so this next thing I have for you guys, the final thing. Again, thank you guys. I appreciate you guys for tuning in to this bonus episode. But our final thing is I'm actually going to highlight the video, but we're also going to take a look at a few of the comments. Because I think the comments are hilarious. Well, first things first, let's just take a look
We
at
all
the
know
video.
basketball, right?
Yeah.
Yep. All right.
Let's see what the video
Yo,
is.
this is hilarious, Miklo. No, you got to give us the sound though, Papa. You got to give us the sound. Run that back. Run that back. Run that back. Run that back. Oh no, you got to give us the sound. Run it back.
We'll see it again.
Okay. Hold on.
This is LaMelo Ball. of
It's
the
too early for that.
Charlotte Hornets.
Yeah, Charlotte Hornets. Hold on.
He's singing happy.
Oh my God. One of the first comments.
He said clenched his pearls and swung his purse.
He clutched his belt
hey, look
and
at-
swung his purse.
Swung like he was holding a Birkin. Relax.
Oh my God.
Oh shit.
Yo, he clutched his
LaMelo sounded
bag.
like Marv from Home Alone.
Oh
Kevin
shit.
Put the tarantula on his face.
Hey,
Someone like this comment so I can rewatch this and die in laughter later.
Oh my god.
Fuck.
His sister, followed by a grown mama slap, always sends me.
Oh shit. People live in the comments.
The drag queen came out of here.
That was an absolute light-skinned yelp.
Oh my god.
Wow, that's light skin.
Oh.
That's light skin.
Oh, that scream came from his soul.
Oh damn.
Jesus.
All right.
That boy never fought in his life.
Yo, what was the one about he clutched his pearls and swung his purse?
Yeah.
Right here, look,
Yo,
look.
go. That was insane.
Clutched his pearls and swung his
Clutched his pearls and swung his purse.
Oh my
Oh
god.
my god, that's gold. All right.
Oh my god.
Well, thank you guys tuning in to this bonus
Yeah.
episode of the You Don't Say That podcast. And have we settled in on a name?
Mirawacha.
Mirawacha?
I think Mira Wacha's where it's at.
All right.
We're landing on the Mito Watch Out episodes of the podcast. It's an all boys podcast. Stay tuned. We may have the same guests. We may have different guests. You never know.
Fuck
You never
Rich,
know.
Richie, bitch ass.
The same principles
Richie.
will stay the same. It's still boys that are part of the same friend group.
Yep.
We're giving them the spotlight to kind of be part of the podcast and kind of share stories. Enjoy the same content that we would go over on the main show.
Can I bring some up?
Of course.
You got a 2-drink limit next
How
time.
would y'all feel to join us?
Híjole.
One day, I have a closet. We could bring them out.
Oh shit.
Yikes.
All right.
That's
Is this on camera?
Oh